Hey, good evening, everybody. Dadman Walking 55 coming to you live again. 6:45. I'm 5 minutes late, but oh gosh, after 6+ hours of sitting, I enjoyed. Well, I I love talking with you guys about college basketball. I love sharing about college basketball. Unfortunately, sadly, today's action is pretty well sucked a lot, but hey, at least we're at least we have our college basketball. It is the geek day of the year. I got to analyze numbers and things, and that's wonderful to see. I had a lot of fun. So, hey, hopefully everybody shows back up for the evening session. We can get some new people in here and see how this day goes. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for those that are about to come. And we've got another 5+ hours, maybe towards 6 tonight behind to go. As we do it, please share out the stream, like, subscribe, follow us on Twitch if you haven't already. But hey, let me say hello really quickly. Yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff going on. The missus is still live. Others are still live. So, oh crap, I got to turn this thing off down too. But hello to Swift -1. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Hope you're still here. But thank you for coming by and saying hi. Great to see you tonight. We love teaching basketball. Hopefully, we get basketball fans in. And I tell you what, we even have people that don't really care about basketball coming through, but we do it. And hell to you, Legatus Legionize. Hope you're doing well tonight. I know you're busy on so many channels, but thank you for always being here, for all that you do. I appreciate it very much so, sir. Great to see you tonight. All right, so tonight's games are still about to start. Wofford and Tennessee is the first game up. Let's take a look. Let me see real quick. Wofford, Tennessee. Our lineup in the first 4 games. And the good thing with it tonight is they don't take so long to get started like in the day at noon. They really had a very spread out start tonight. They're a little more contained. We've got Tennessee and Wofford at 6:50, Kansas and Arkansas at 7:10, and then Texas A&M Yale, a game of interest that I really want to follow because I think the Bulldogs could pull off an upset against a kind of struggling Texas A&M team, and of course Missouri and Drake, a 6 seed versus 11 seed. Let's hope for some better action, some better, closer competitive games, and maybe a few upsets tonight. Another one to watch out for is UCLA and Utah State. Utah State, a 10th seed. You never know. Can knock off a Big Ten UCLA team in these games. Omaha is going to be staked with St. John's. People are saying to watch out for San Diego to upset Michigan. I don't see it, but you never know. And UNC Wilmington playing a very tough, physical Texas Tech team, so who knows with that. And hell to Snorta, Poopas, Cuba, Hawa, Humans, and other critters. Glad to see you back for another night. Oh, gosh. Holy, I was over the Mrs. Chat. And Snorta Poopas, told me I'm sore after that first 6 hours. Used Dr. Mabo's butt balm and furniture polish. And he said because it eases a sore butt and makes it glow like shiny mahogany. Oh, yeah, and Buddy Pepper said, I put the lotion on the skin until it's time to watch basketball game. And Snorta Poopa said, I told him the butt balm would work wonders. You guys are wonderful. Say, yeah, I know. You just said that over the misses. Absolutely. But welcome, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Of course, the missus is still live. So, if y'all can split time, do so. We've got another 6 hours to go. So sit back, relax, hit like, subscribe if you haven't, share out the stream if you can. We appreciate your support. Those are the games that are coming up. We've got Tennessee and Wofford about to start. Let me go back and see what happened in the last 2 games of the early session that were not complete when I decided I had to take a break. Wow, it ended up a 9-point game, but I'm glad I took my break because it wasn't that close. BYU beats VCU by 9, 80-71 in that game. BYU hits 7 3-pointers, hits 19 of 28 free throws, and out rebounds VCU 40-31 and shoots 50% from the field, 27 of 54, in a fairly easy 9-point win. VCU season ends. They shot 26 of 63, or 41%, hit 15 3-pointers. Wow, that's something I expected BYU to do, but only got to the free throw line 6 times, 31 rebounds. So, they got out rebounded. Had 3 players with 12 points. And then Zeb Jackson off the bench comes in with 23 points. So BYU was led by, Richie Saunders with 16 points, and Igor Demon had 15. I love the name Mawat Mag for BYU, 6 points. All right. And 13 off the bench for Fosini Traore. So good win by BYU to start. They will play Wisconsin in the next round on Saturday. So, oh God. No, Silence of the Lambs thing was that one dude in one, I don't remember which game it was now, that he had a Silence of the Lambs mask on. It was true. So, and we're getting ready to start the Wofford, Tennessee game. Recapping early action today. And I will go back and I will go back and review my brackets as the evening goes, as we have new people coming in. But let me see, trying to get back to the score. I hit the wrong dang button. So let's do this in the early games. I think I just did the wrong one, but hey, I'm kind of torn. I'd like to see Wofford play with Tennessee because I hate Tennessee, but anyway. By the way, in early games, Creighton beats Louisville 89-75. Purdue beats High Point 75-63. Wisconsin wins easily over Montana 85-66. Houston crushes Southern Illinois Edwardsville 78-40. Auburn, after being challenged early by Alabama State, pulls away, wins 83-63. A game that looks closer than it really was. McNeese State upsets. I don't really consider it much of an upset. Clemson 69-71. A tale of two halves, just insane. BYU beats VCU by 9, 80-71, and Gonzaga eliminates the Georgia Bulldogs in the Battle of the Bulldogs, 89-68. Coming up, Wofford, Tennessee has started at 7:10. Arkansas 10th seeded against 7th seeded Kansas. 7:25 Yale Bulldogs, 13th seed against Texas A&M Aggies. Smorta Pupus' favorite school, 4th seed, and then at 7:35 Drake. No, not the rapper. 11th seed in Missouri at 6th seed. So good to see y'all tonight. Hope y'all are doing well. Get ready to sit back and enjoy a night of college basketball. Yeah, like I said, as I go through, I will go back and go through my brackets so far where I expect things to go. We have another day of action from noon to midnight tomorrow also. So Tennessee's up early, 5-0. Good start for the Volunteers. I actually had the misfortune of seeing Wofford play once years ago. We got them in a draw for the NCAA tournament here, and they fought well for a while, but like all small teams, they ended up folding down the stretch. Lack of depth, lack of size. Caught up with them, and we expect that to happen tonight too. I mean, Wofford just hit a 3. They pulled within 5-3, so you never know. You just what happens with, but then again, I will tell you, this is one of those games that could actually be closer than expected. Tennessee has had a habit of playing very poorly at times today, to put it mildly, this year. They've had many times when they've struggled to score, and the key for Tennessee in this game tonight, can they get healthy offensively, score early and often, or will it be a struggle for them on the offensive end? Will they settle for three-pointers, or will they try to drive and score, kick and cut, cut and kick out. But it should be a fun game to watch, at least for a bit. So, all right. So I'm going to bring that box score up there for that. And then we'll be looking to see if we can get to one of the other games soon. As we mentioned, the first tournament was in 1939, first NCAA tournament, and the first NCAA champion was the Oregon Ducks. And the field has grown over the years to eventually 64 teams in 1985. They added a 65th team in 2001 with a playing game. Then they added 3 more in 2011 to get it to the current field of 68, including 2 play-in games. 4 playing games, my apologies. So that being said, we are now to the college basketball's Geek Day of the Year, today and tomorrow, where you have nonstop football from noon to midnight. So, oh, I like you and all, but hey, I don't blame you, buddy. I mean, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. This is a chance you take with these tournament games. You can actually have good years where the games are really, really exciting and stuff. But, and the way basketball goes, it is a work in progress. You can show up later in the game and stuff to see the most important parts of it. I just like the nonstop drama of it, and I like being able to watch multiple games at one time. Plus, it's also the end of the season. I mean, these teams are coming up to the end of some college careers, into some of the seasons. Oh, Chaz Lanier hit a 3. When he gets hot, Tennessee does very well offensively. So, I mean, this game's off to a kind of rocking start. 8-6 already. 2 3-pointers by the Wofford Terriers. Yes, they're based out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. We know that plays very well from many years ago, but no shot. But I tell you, Spartanburg's a nice area of South Carolina to go visit. Sorry, getting snacky. I know. I don't know what we're doing for dinner. Mrs. is doing her stream now, so we'll see. Maybe we'll get Chinese delivered tonight. All right. We have a turnover. Yay. Really, I will. Normally, what I had hoped to do was recap those games earlier today. I gave you the quick Cliffs notes, and I probably will stop at that at this point. Really, until we can get into some interesting games. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and look at a few of the games later or as this game goes on. But right now, I'm just sitting back watching. See how long that Wofford can stay in the game with Tennessee. Of course, Wofford was a 6th seed in the Southern Conference. I think Furman was a 3rd seed, but the conference champion did not advance to the final game in the Southern Conference tournament. As such, Wofford's only representative for that conference here in this tournament. Wow, what an air ball. What an air ball. Shot clock violation. Milicic. I love it. One of the greatest videos of all time was the Michigan fan with his hands behind his head. Don't you love it when people officiate in the stands? Because I tell you, I just saw a guy patting himself on the head for the shot clock violation. And hey, again, Swift -1. Wave back at you. Yay. Yeah. Good to see you. Thanks for being here tonight. And you had Subway. I don't know. I'd take anything tonight. I don't know. whatever the missus wants to get. I mean, I'm good with Chinese. Um, we got pretty good other type of sub companies that we've got here. So hopefully, but none of them are near us. We'd have to drive off about 20 minutes to get to it. But yeah, if you have questions about basketball, college basketball specifically, feel free to ask. If you've done your March Madness brackets, please feel free share with you. If you have thoughts on teams, games, or whatever, please by all means share with it. Let us know if you got questions or hey, opine. Say what you think. It's okay. Let's keep it polite and reasonable, and we're all good. But we will have fun tonight. So we'll see. We shall see. The night action just gets started with Tennessee and Wofford. Yeah, but see, we can also do random chats. I prefer Togos; they're expensive. See, yeah, of course, especially as a student, you go price too. And I agree, Subway's good enough. But even though Subway's more, I missed the $5 footlongs. But Togos, I've never heard of them. I wonder if they're a local or are they maybe West Coast based? Because that's kind of how I think of Jimmy John. Jimmy Johns are small and pricey, but Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's are huge, but the thing is like, man, they're almost $20 for a large size, and it's like, really? Sub sounds good. Oh, California only, yeah. It still sounds good though, dude. It sounds like good dinner tonight. But congrats on being back at the dorm. Hopefully you have a good evening. All that. I read something today on a story about Stanford's football coach, I guess. There's things around that in him. So just glancing at the headlines. So it's a different day and age, but I tell you what, there are always troubles and allegations, and that's one of the things the Florida Gators basketball team avoided was that, there were some things early in the season with the Florida coach, but it got cleared and proven false. So now they're waiting until the end of the season to have any more developments on that. So, meanwhile, we've got drama in basketball because it's like, hey, Will Wade is the coach of McNeese, and he is signed on apparently to be that new head coach at North Carolina State, even though it's in the middle of the tournament. But so we'll still see what shall happen with that. How many players will transfer from McNeese? That's the big question. As we saw in football, Marshall had a coach leave, and almost the whole team transferred with him. So, yeah. Let's see. We got 8-6 Tennessee. Wofford, actually, a good start for Wofford. Tennessee is not off to a hot. I mean, they're, I would say, not a hot start. I mean, Wofford's staying in the game, but the question, will Tennessee's size take over? Will their depth take over? What the heck was that? And he got the foul call. Oh, my God. Well, that's the problem. When you're the defender, you've got to get planted and can't move. When you're moving backwards, even if the guy runs into you and pushes you, you're going to get you're going to foul called on you every time. So, and I just noticed I've got, my TV is actually behind the ESPN that online. It's kind of funny. I'm trying to figure out how much behind it is. It's at like 20 seconds behind. It's not even close. So about Wofford has not scored in the last about 3 minutes either. So that's it. Happens with the low seeds. Can you stay in the game? Can you survive the droughts? Keep the game close. As we saw in some of the earlier games, deficits were just too big and teams fell way too behind to catch up. I'm still shocked at the Georgia. I didn't think Georgia would be that bad. I thought they would have at least showed up and made a game. But with that game at 89-68, I just I knew Georgia may have been overrated. They've been living off a lot of good. They were hot the last few weeks, and if you look at their starters ended up scoring pretty well. But no, I'm sorry, the wrong team. I'm looking at the wrong side of the ledger. But what do? You get in a tournament, you don't play well, and you get down 27-3. It sounds like a football game, and it's hard to come back. So they ended up losing by 21. Give credit to Gonzaga. Watch out for the West Coast Conference teams and the smaller conference teams with that. All right. Tennessee has moved ahead 13-8 in this game. Oh, Tennessee! I will say, it looks like Tennessee's picking up the defense tonight, and when they play good defense, they usually do well. No, foul call. Feet crossed up. So let's see. Next game should, as I said earlier, will be the Kansas versus Arkansas on CBS. Why am I not surprised that game's on there? Holy crap. They got St. John's and Omaha on CBS tonight at 9:45. Ugh. That's going to be a blowout. But I think that's because it's Rick Pitino. Trying to figure out what would have been a better game. I mean, you got that's the hard part. The late night games, you got UCLA, Utah State, a 7-10 matchup, probably the best matchup on paper. But you got 2 seed St. John's and 15 seed Omaha. You got 5th seed Michigan, 12 seed UC San Diego, and then 3 seed Texas Tech, 14 seed UNC Wilmington. Not to say that there can't be some close games in those last 3, but likely odds, no. Likely odds that they will suck. So, and I think tomorrow night, I know JT. Well, I think I'm expecting JT tomorrow night when his Michigan State takes on Bryant, the Bears. So, like we say, we have the official bear here, sort of pooping himself. So I will be going for the Bears. I mean, it's just a. Let's see. Let's send this to. All right, so we've got another game about to start. We'll probably take a look over at that start of that game, the Kansas-Arkansas game, when we get a minute. Geez. Let me. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. All right. Got that sent off. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I really hope that we get some better games tonight because I think we're seeing a problem. One of the biggest debates was not only the North Carolina and them making, but really does the conference like the Southeastern Conference deserve 14 teams in a tournament? It'll be interesting to see what Oklahoma does when they play. Tomorrow night at 9:25. It'll be interesting to see how they hang with UConn, 2-time defending national champions. Because if they get eliminated, then you're going to have more fire about why a team that's 6-12 in their conference made the NCAA tournament over some other potentially more deserving teams that actually may have had better years in their conference. Just, because sometimes I do think that there's a bias towards certain conferences and they give more credit than they deserve. Kind of like employees, sometimes they get more credit for what they do than they really did. So, All right. So let's see. What the heck? All right. Just starting to flip games. Yale and Texas A&M is about to start also. Let's see. Let me get over to TV. We're going to check at the start of this Arkansas Kansas game. So we're about to tip off there. And of course, Arkansas is famous. The big thing with them this year is they have John Calipari as their head coach. Yes, they have John Calipari. What will be interesting is if, let's see, Arkansas. Checking which side of the brackets we're back on. So, yeah. It will be interesting to see if they win with a St. John's win. You got Calipari and Patino facing two former University of Kentucky coaches facing off. So I've always thought about this weird how you have Kansas and you have Arkansas. It's kind of funny seeing the two actually playing each other. Kansas and Arkansas. You got one that are birds, the Jayhawks, and you got one that are pigs. Suey! Yeah, Tennessee's opened up a 9-point lead on Wofford. So expect that to grow. Nice cut, nice ball rotation cut by Arkansas. Yeah, it's so funny looking at the McNeese Clemson game, 2 points, and like it was not that close. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, froze up a little bit. And hello again. Thank you for being here, Swift Buys One. Hello again. And hello again to Legatus. Thank you for being here. Yeah, it's kind of a watch party, but hey, listen, if you can watch it, if you have TV, if you have when we're doing CBS is where I'm at right now. CBS is the Arkansas Kansas game, and the Pigs hit a 5-3 Arkansas. I like saying it that way, but Arkansas. But we got that game. We got Wofford and Tennessee. Tennessee's up by 9 with about 12 minutes left the first half. These games do fly by pretty quickly. So it's interesting to watch. I'm curious if anybody's in the chat has actually gone to the NCAA tournament games. I've actually mentioned it before because we've actually been there twice. It's just really, really cool to start at about, you get going about 9 o'clock in the morning and get there early, watch the shoot arounds, warm ups, and then 2 games, and then you go outside because you have to reline up because they sell tickets really in 2 game sessions. It's a morning session, an afternoon session and an evening session, or you can buy the whole package. But if you do have to leave the building after the second game in the afternoon so they clear it and bring in the people for the night games. Yeah, just even if you have tickets to all 4 games, you have to leave, come back in. Oh man, Snorter Poopies, you're taking a nap again. Okay, well hopefully we're still going later again. You get a good rest, and we will see you in a bit. I hope you do well, Snorter Poopies. Rest well, my friend. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for listening to basketball. Thank you for supporting the missus being over there on her channel too. And I'll take the recommendation on the furniture polish under advisement. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Kansas is getting a timeout. Arkansas's opened up a 9-5 lead, cutting to the basket. Kansas not cutting them off. Of course, Tennessee is now up by 9 in that game over Wofford. Let's see. Yeah, and welcome if you're on Twitch. Thank you for following us over there. Hopefully, if you're lurking, say hi. We appreciate you. We're let me leave a comment on the Twitch side so they know I'm here. Yeah, I got to think of this. I need to say hi. So we do have people come in through and lurk, but thank you for being here on whatever side you are. Follow us if you're on the Twitch side. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe here on the YouTube side. Feel free to share the link out. And if you've done March Madness, if you've done brackets, tell me what you think. If you have opinions on what do you think? Do you think the committee did it right this year? Do you think they did a good job? No, we can talk about it. I'm just this year. This year, though, and it does happen this way. I'm not sure that I buy what they did because there were no compelling games in the early session today. The only game that actually sort of came close back to everything was that it took a massive comeback by Clemson to even get it close. That was the problem. So. Computer buffering a little bit, so bear with me a second. All right. There we go. All right. So let's see. Yeah. Louisville Creighton actually, well, it was not the worst. Purdue High Point actually had some drama in it for a while. It actually looked like it could have been close. Near the end, Purdue High Point pulled within 3 with a few minutes left, but eventually Purdue pulled away. Auburn, Alabama State. Alabama State had a chance to take the lead before first half, missed both free throws that would have given them the lead, and then promptly gave up 9 points in a row. Ended up going down by 10 at halftime. And it was, for a 116 game, was actually pretty entertaining. But outside of that, everything else has been kind of dead so far. But, hey, I'm enjoying college football. Basketball, football. Oh, please help us. Oh, no. 2008 national championship. Kansas won. Looks like Kentucky. Yeah, because they're showing Bill Self and John Calipari. 2012, Kentucky won the national title. And what you have tonight, Arkansas is coached by John Calipari, and Bill Self still coaching for Kansas. Oh, wow. Man, I tell you what, I did pick Arkansas in this game. I do like the athleticism of the Pigs. They're one of the SEC teams that I like their physical play. I think that they're truly athletic. I think they're better than Tennessee when it comes to athleticism, rebounding, but they don't necessarily have the best shooting, which does catch up to them at times. Like there we see about an 18-footer, 19-footer from one of the big men that just clanged off the iron for the Pigs. Ugh, that was a rough screen, but hey, it's a screen. Nice ball reversal. Kansas, oh man. All right, rebounds to Arkansas. Uh-oh. Yay, another crank call. Yay. Yeah. There we go. This is kind of what we do tonight here. As the games develop, we'll have more commentary. Feel free, share your thoughts with the game so far if you've had any. It does. I'm not going to be on. Well, I'm not going to be honest. I'm not going to lie. It's like when the games have been so one sided lately, it's hard to have a lot of interest. The games get done early. You're just sitting there just trying to find some way to stay involved. I figured that Wofford, Tennessee would have been a little closer for a little bit longer, but nope, not now. So let's see. I'm hoping. Let's see. As it gets later, I'm hoping we get one or two people in here. So, hey, thank y'all for being here tonight. We'll see what happens. I'm going to be watching college basketball anyway, so might as well have it live. Why not? I think I spent a lot of the time earlier on all the information, all the history of the NCAA tournament. And we'll talk about some of that as the night goes along. But really what we're coming into is really the crux of all the games. And tonight it'll move faster than it did earlier today. Early today really was a lot of waiting for the the games to get started. Same thing will happen tomorrow. We have first game at 12:15, but they take about 2 hours, 2.5 hours to get the game started. But then the evening sessions, they pretty much come together pretty quickly. Yale and Texas A&M are 4.5 minutes away from tip-off. So we get to wait for that. Tennessee, though, is looking good early, 29-18 over Wofford. I don't think we're going to have a 15-2 win in this game. Of the ones that we have, I don't think we're going to have a 15-2 upset this year. St. John's playing Omaha Steaks. That ain't going to happen. Michigan playing Bryant. That's not going to happen. Alabama South Robert Morris. No, that's kind of what's weird is the way they seeded the 15th seed teams. Sometimes you can expect at least one of the 15 matchups to be of interest. I don't think that they. I don't think this year there's going to be the year for a 15-2 of interest. I don't even know if a 3-14 is going to be much of interest. Looking at that, let's see. Iowa State Lipscomb. There's no way. Iowa State's too good offensively for Lipscomb. Let's see. Texas Tech, UNC Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, Texas Tech's too physical. Let's see. 3-14. Wisconsin already beat Montana and Kentucky and Troy. Yeah, see, I don't like the seeding this year. I don't think that there's many chances of those. I don't think we're going to see a 14, 15, or 16 team win, have an upset, which does to me make for a bad tournament. What makes the tournaments great are the upsets, the unexpected events, the craziness. That's why they call it March Madness. But without games like that, without the upsets, without the unpredictable, it just becomes, well, just basketball. Nice rebound. Arkansas, but he stepped out of bounds. It's kind of cool the way he flew through there. Well, hey, thank you for the 7 people watching. Let's see. Earlier today, take a look at the scores. Let's take a look at the Wofford Tennessee stats. Tennessee is leading 29-18. 5:49 left in the first half. Over on TNT, this game's being played in Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky, which is so funny. We'll have 2 SEC teams playing on Kentucky's home court today, which is really funny if you think about it. Would have been great to see Auburn lose on that court, but to a non-Kentucky team. 28, 29, 18. Currently, Wofford, the Terriers are shooting 36.8%. They've made 4 of 10 three-pointers, so their three-pointers seem to be keeping them in the game. Leading scorers Justin Bailey with 5 points. They only have 6 rebounds so far. Tennessee, 15 rebounds, dominating the boards on that 6 offensive rebounds. Tennessee has kept pace and actually has one more three-pointer. Tennessee's shooting overall 54.5% on the game, 5 of 12, 42% from 3 points. So until Tennessee goes cold, Wofford's in trouble with this. They need to score at a better clip than what they're doing if they're going to hang with Tennessee here. Chaz Lanier, like I said, 13 points on 5 of 8 shooting already, 3 of 6 from the three-point line, 3 rebounds. He's the only Vol in double figures. Jamali Mashak as 7, though, for the Volunteers. Jordan Gainey had a huge game against the Gators in the SEC championship game. Has got 4 early on in this contest. So let's see. We got Wofford, Tennessee. Let's take a look at the early stats from Kansas and Arkansas. Let me get to the game. Let's see. All right, we'll get our way over to the early contest on. We got a 16-14 game currently. The Pigs are up. 13 minutes left. Game is over on CBS. Arkansas is not subbed yet, which I'm not surprised. Kyle Apari plays close to the bench, close to the vest. He does not usually rotate a lot of people in the postseason. Leading scorer Jonas Adu, 6 points, 3-6 shooting, with a rebound, 7 rebounds for Arkansas. They're shooting 64% as a team. Only one or two, only one three-pointer, but 50%, and only one free throw that was made. Kansas is shooting 6 of 15, 40%, 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. No free throws attempted, so they've got 7 rebounds. This game's still early. Both teams look evenly matched. It's a 16-14 game now, and with Kansas shooting 1 free throw. So it's an Arkansas 1-point lead here now. So, let's see. All right, so we've got Terriers, 33-22. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. Hey, if you were with us last night, Max Redstone talked a bit about the WNBA. Well, there's a news article. There's a turnover of Kansas through the bottom bounds. There is an article about ESPN to broadcast 26 WNBA games, 10 for the Indiana Fever. Wow. How about that? I just don't get why Norfolk State, though, is angry over massive underdog status. You're playing one of the best teams in the nation. Get over yourself, you know. But, all right, the Texas A&M and Yale game has started. We'll switch there in a second. Yay! Well, Kansas with the foul on Arkansas. Let's take a look over. Let's get some of the start of the game. There we go tonight. Yale and Texas A&M. Snortopupus, who's not here with us now, he went to rest. His favorite school, the Aggies. Which is a game. This is a game that I expect could be close. It could be very interesting between the two. Well, Yale hits 3, takes the lead 5-4. We'll see. Hopefully, we get a good game, and one of these games end up halfway decent. Wofford's staying close to Tennessee within 8. I will tell you, don't give up on that game yet, because Tennessee is a team that can play down to the competition, and they can actually go cold very, very quickly, and it becomes a new ball game. So, it's not yet really to close out on that. All 5 of Yale's points are scored by Casey Simmons to begin with. So we shall see how this game develops. We got a 3 by Texas A&M to make it 7-5. One shot for Wofford. I had to do a double take. That looked like a chick playing for Yale, but it's just the long hair. Let's go. Come on, Yale. That was a travel. That was a travel. I mean, come on. Anyway. So our A&M's built up the lead to 9-5. And Yale's down on the ground. Let's see. Possession to Texas A&M. All right. We're going to flip back over to the Wofford, Tennessee game. There's about 2, we're under the 2-minute mark. Texas A&M Yale hits the first commercial timeout. Wofford, Tennessee, we are under 2 minutes at a commercial. Oh, man, they must have had a long run to that commercial break. Let's see where we go. We've got 2. See, what have we got? We got 2 of the. Actually, we got 3 of our nighttime games. Wofford, Tennessee. Tennessee leads at 33-25. Yale and A&M at the first commercial break. A&M leads 9-5, and Arkansas has at a 12-minute break. Arkansas leads Kansas 16-15. So we're here for the duration. Unless I decide this. I'm telling you, like earlier when I cut off with those 2 blowouts, we'll see. Those late night games may have to be dealt with. I may have to bail early on them because tomorrow's a long day. I've got other plans. Doing this again tomorrow, hopefully, and just a lot of, I don't know, brain power and everything else. Save it up. Tomorrow the Gators go. That will be awesome. I'm looking forward to Gators back in action against Norfolk State. I'm actually enjoying watching the Gators this season for the first. It's been a while since I really got to watch the Gators. Started last year with Mom in the hospital, but now it's like even different with these. To actually have the team. Actually have a team that. Let's see. I'm actually excited. This team is like really, really talented. They have so much depth, and they are fun to watch. They do struggle at times. They have times to struggle, but they you could get down 20 points and they're coming back. Like against Georgia, they were down 20 plus points in the first half. That was not over. They worked their way back step by step. So, all right, Sakai Ziegler is now shooting 2 free throws. So we're at 9. So, he probably more likely will make the second one. Yeah, so Tennessee's lead back to 10. Tennessee's putting up some full court pressure. Well, it's one-on-one full court. It's not really trap or anything, but see Wofford. Wofford's holding close at down 10 to start the game. And hey, they all it takes is one cold spell by Tennessee, which they can do. They've been known to go cold in the chat. Hey, Fallout Dave, good to see you. I sent you a DM today. I was wondering if you actually got my earlier notification. So good to see you, Dave. Hope you're doing well. Hope it's been a good day. I'm not at work for today or tomorrow, so I am freaking happy as anything. And dadgummit, Wofford, you turkey head. And a foul on Wofford. Come on, guys. You get a chance and then you turn the ball over. But Fun Dave, good to see you tonight. How are you doing? Oh, you've been sick the past couple of days and the work was. Oh, dude. I'm sorry, dude. Bad. Dude, hey, all the best, man. Hope you feel better soon. I've heard about that. I mean, several people are not feeling well. Several people are not feeling well these days. So, hope you feel better soon. So, let's see. Let's see, taking a look at the schedule of the calendar. So, Wofford got stripped. Nice play by Tennessee on defense. So, they got Tennessee's calling timeout. So, Wofford's down 9, 25 seconds in the half left. So, we've got a tie at 21 with Arkansas. We're going to keep it here for just a little bit. We'll move over to the other two games as we approach halftime in this game. A&M is up on Yale 13-7. Kansas State has a 1-point lead, 24-23 on the Pigs. Let's see what time is the game that's about to start is Missouri 6th seed versus 11th seed Drake. Again, who knows? So we shall see. I'm trying to plan some stuff while we're doing this. So let's see. 17th. Okay. All right. Let's see. I gotta multitask. Sometimes when you see people out there trying to corner ways, you got to do that. So let's see. Follow Dave, but I do hope you feel better. We did get Mom home. She is doing okay today. So far so good with things back home, and we are some exciting developments. And just I'm glad to be home for sure. I will say. I mean, I enjoyed time with her and all that. And thank y'all for y'all's patience and stuff. And for people that especially that reached out with messages tagged on Twitter, but especially people if you message or talk to me privately, I really, really needed that and really was uplifting and a great thing. So Tennessee does not score. I didn't even look. Sorry, I was multitasking. And we are at halftime. Tennessee 36, Wofford 27. Still not out of reach for Wofford, but they got to play some defense. Tennessee, I'm telling you, they're talented. This is not the Tennessee team that played Florida. This Tennessee team is like sleepwalking. If Wofford had any semblance of a better offense, this game would be a lot closer. So let's take a look at Drake, Missouri at the start of tip-off. They're just talking in the studio, damn suits. But follow Dave, I'm grateful to see you today. Like I said, thanks for coming in, hanging out. Yeah, and we want Mom doing good. Let's see. Let's take a look at Wofford, Tennessee at the half. 36-27. We've got Wofford shooting 42% on the game, 41%, 5 of 12 from 3-point, 0-3 from the free throw line with 11 rebounds. Tennessee a little hot, more on the glass, 18 rebounds, shooting 46% at 13 to 28, 5 3-pointers. So this game's 5 free throws, though, so there's 5 points up on the free throw line, which is kind of the difference in this game. Wofford is 0 for 3. Tennessee's 5 of 6 shooting free throws. So, and hello, Mrs. How are you?
Hamburger.
We doing hamburgers tonight? Cool. Okay. All right. Yes, that would be fine.
Okay. I was going to do fries, but I forgot to buy them. So
that's fine.
Chips.
God, I got 2 pounds of potato chips. I'm fine without. Can I have a second burger tonight or just one?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks.
You want 2 burgers?
Yeah. By the way,
you want ketchup, lettuce, and tomato?
You got lettuce and tomato? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Works for me. Thank you. Good to see you. Oh, Dave. Oh, the headaches were that bad? Oh, geez. Yeah, that's bad, especially if you have to drive to work. To finish the stats, Tennessee, led by Chaz Lanier, with 14 points at half. The only player in the game in double figures. So 36-27. Let's take a look statistically at the Arkansas-Kansas game. Arkansas leads 26-25. 7:30 left in the first half of this game, the first half of the game. Arkansas shooting 47%, roughly 48%, 2 of 7 behind the line, 28%. Made all 3 free throws with 9 rebounds. Kansas is winning this game on the glass, 16 rebounds to 9 for Arkansas. 7 offensive rebounds by the Jayhawks. They're only shooting 10 of 24. They're shooting worse at 42%, but they're 4 of 8 from the 3-point line. Only 2 of 4 at the free throw. Really, teams are not going to the line that much tonight, which is kind of good. In the SEC, they'd be going. And this game is in Providence, Rhode Island, at the Amica Mutual Pavilion. Yale and Texas A&M. We'll look at that before we catch over to the start of the Missouri game. Crap. I hate when they keep going to commercials. It's like, I might as well go back to try to get the start of the Missouri game. There we go with that. So, Drake in Missouri. See, I for whatever, these guys can't stop talking. Damn it. Would y'all quit talking? Let's get the 4th game underway. Well, we'll head back to CBS and their game. Arkansas and Kansas. Texas A&M, I thought that Yale might pull off an upset, but I tell you, A&M's fighting it out. They have an 11-point lead with just under 9 minutes left in the first half. 25-14. The Bulldogs are not doing well. 46.2% from the field, 2 of 5 from 3-point range, 7 rebounds as a team. Rebounding is pretty much even, 6 for A&M, but A&M is shooting lights out, 65%, 11 of 17 from the field, 3 of 5 from the 3-point line. Neither team has attempted free throws, so this game is being won at really just by better shooting by Texas A&M. So until they get cold, Yale gets hot. Yeah. Let's see. All right. We got it back to Arkansas and Kansas. Kansas on the line for free throws. Or as we used to say, 3 throws. So anyway. All right. Let's go. Let's see. I do need to talk to the missus when she brings the food in. I'll have to go mute a second because I do need to ask her a question a bit. So I still Norfolk State angry. Look, I'm like, look, I understand being disrespected and not making you happy, but dude, you're about to play one of the best 4 teams in the country, So go figure, Okay. All right. I'm curious to see this Drake team. Drake is out of the Mid Missouri Valley Conference. Missouri Valley Conference has produced some upsets over the year, like Northern Iowa. Some years, some of the teams out of the Missouri Valley Conference has actually pulled some upsets. Valparaiso, wow, Valparaiso has fallen off. A few years ago, they were doing very well. Uh, so I'm curious to see. Drake is 17-3 overall, 30-3 overall. Playing Missouri, so this is probably of interest to people in the Midwest. I'm trying to look. They beat Miami, which was not a big deal this year. They beat Vanderbilt. Drake beat Vanderbilt 81-70. Um, they beat Kansas State. Um, so looking at them, I mean, looking at this team this year, you could, I don't know, you could see this could be an interesting game to watch. But then again, I keep saying that, and everything turns to shit. So, all right. We will wait for that game to get started again. So 7:35 and at 7:45, but it seems to have not started. So all right, this we are going to finally. I think we're going to finally get a good game tonight between Kansas and Arkansas. It's 31-30. It's been really balanced. Both teams are playing pretty well tonight. It's not a boring game. So, okay, Dave. Let's talk about your bracket then. So, yeah, Dave, I don't know if you can send me a DM with a picture of it, and I can read it off that way, because I can. I'll talk to you about my bracket because as we're waiting for the start. Drake, Missouri is scheduled for 7:51, so they have another 5 minutes. Yale, A&M are 13-point game, so and then Tennessee, Wofford at half. So more bullshit games. So we'll stay with this Kansas Arkansas game for a bit. What I've got in the South, Dave, the top left part of the bracket, I've got Auburn advancing over Alabama State, which happened today. I had Louisville, not Creighton. Boo. I've got Michigan tomorrow, and I got Yale tonight. So basically, Yale doesn't do any better, then I'm screwed with that. We got Ole Miss tomorrow over San Diego or North Carolina. I've got Iowa State. I've got Marquette, and I've got Michigan State. Then in the South, in the top left, I've got Auburn advancing, Michigan advancing, Iowa State, Michigan State to the Sweet 16. Then to the Elite Eight, I've got Michigan and Michigan State playing together, with Michigan State in the Final Four. Now in the West, this was taking a look, with about 5 minutes left. This is really a good game, 35-34 with about 5 minutes left. This Arkansas-Kansas game is really a good game. This is what tournament basketball should be. Both teams scoring, good basketball, close game, and a foul. But that's what it should be. In the West, the bottom left part of the bracket, it's too long. I'll try to DM it to you. Okay, well, let me see. I think it may come in. Let's see. I've got Florida. Advancing over Norfolk State, UConn beating Oklahoma, Memphis beating Colorado State, Maryland, Missouri, Texas Tech, Arkansas, and St. John's. To the Sweet 16, I've got Florida, Memphis, Texas Tech, St. John's, with Florida and St. John's meeting in the Elite Eight, with Florida going to the Final Four. So that's what I've got. Yeah, I don't see. Yeah, Dave, I see the link, but I don't. I see the link, but I don't see your picks. So darn. Oh well. But if you remember them, let me know what you can remember. So still have a 3-point lead. In the top right, in the East, I've got Duke, Baylor, Oregon, Arizona, BYU, Wisconsin, St. Mary's College, and Alabama advancing. So far, I'm still okay there. Then I've got Duke and Arizona, BYU and Alabama advancing to the elite to Sweet 16. Then Duke and Alabama to the Final Four, and then I've got Alabama advancing to the Final Four. Bottom right with the Midwest, I've got Houston, Georgia. Well, Georgia was wrong badly today. Thank you, Bulldogs. I picked for you, and then you dump on me. Clemson also dumped on me. So I got Purdue, Illinois, Kentucky. I've got Utah State upsetting UCLA tonight, and then Tennessee to the Elite Eight, the Sweet 16. I've got Houston, Purdue, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Then to the Elite Eight, I got Purdue versus Tennessee, with Tennessee advancing to the Final Four. So I've got a Final Four of Michigan State, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, with Florida and Tennessee meeting in the championship game, with Florida winning it all. Yes, I'm a homer. I've said it. I embrace the homerism. That's fine with me. I'm okay. Okay, Dave. Oh, perfect, Dave. Okay. Good job, Dave. I can read this. All right. So we have 40 to 38. This really, folks, we're going to get in and watch this game a little bit as it goes, because it's, especially in the second half, this is the one game. We got two teams that have scored 40. They're tied at 40 with 3 minutes left in the first half. This is what tournament basketball should be like, not all this other crap we've seen. And that's what's so good with college basketball is the games usually have a lot of emotion. They're usually close. Oh my God, ow, that hurt. What? Well, I got to see that again. I think there's a block shot. I think he stuffed him on that one. They did not call a foul on that one. No, and it wasn't a foul, and it went out on the Arkansas play. Oh, my God. What a heck of a block. What a heck of a block by Kansas there and not commit a foul. I see it, Dave. Let's see what Fallout Dave has. And, buddy, or anybody else, if you've done a thing, let me know. Tell it to me, or if you DM me on Twitter, I can get it. You got Auburn and Creighton. All right. Good job, Dave, on the top right there. You've got Cal San Diego. JT Kirk must have talked to you, because JT said that earlier. Yale over Texas A&M. I think we're going to be in trouble with that one. You got Ole Miss, Iowa State, Marquette, Michigan State. Very similar to mine, except we didn't take Michigan, and you took Creighton instead of Louisville. So then you've got Auburn. Wow, you got Cal San Diego going to the Sweet 16. Auburn advancing to the Elite Eight. Then you got Ole Miss over Iowa State, Michigan State over Marquette. Then you got Michigan State beating Ole Miss. Auburn, Michigan State meeting in the Elite Eight with Michigan State in the Final Four. We agree with that. Oh, you didn't do a bracket? Okay. Well, just checking, buddy. I mean, if you have thoughts, opinion, who you think will be, just feel free to share it if you think. Who you think might advance. Okay, so, buddy, Fallout Dave, in the West, you've got Florida advancing, Oklahoma over UConn. I had UConn. I think that's going to be a significant game from this reason. I think, though, that if Oklahoma loses, it's going to give more fuel to the fire that the SEC should not have had 14 teams in, because then they and Texas, with conference records of 6-12, would have gotten in tournament against probably other deserving teams and then went out with a whimper. Colorado State. I know somebody that's been pushing Colorado State that watches more Mountain West or Mountain Conference basketball than I have. That could happen over Memphis. Maryland over Grand Canyon. Missouri beating Drake. Texas Tech beating Wilmington. Arkansas St. John's. Very similar to my brackets again. You got Florida advancing, Colorado State over Maryland. Wow, I like the sound of that. I think Florida's got a fairly easy draw through this tournament. I do. The hardest game I think that they play is St. John's, possibly, but St. John's is more of a defensive team, and I think Florida would handle a team like that much better because Florida's got so many offensive weapons. If a team has trouble scoring, you've got to outscore Florida these days. You got Texas Tech advancing in St. John's, and I have that too. The only game is I think I have Maryland advancing, not Colorado State. Florida, St. John's, Elite Eight. Florida in the Final Four. Now you've got, we do disagree over here. You got Duke, Baylor, Oregon. Oh, you got Akron with an upset. I'd like to see that. We need some upsets. BYU wins over VCU. You got that one wrong. I got you. You had VCU, BYU won. Wisconsin beat Montana. Yeah. That side kind of hits you pretty good. Then Vanderbilt and Alabama. Vanderbilt upset Alabama. You never know. Alabama's been a streaky team this year. Vanderbilt to the Elite Eight against Duke. I like the spirit, but Duke moving to the Final Four in the East. Dave has got Houston, Gonzaga. Good call on that over Georgia. You've got, of course, McNeese took out Clemson. That both of us got stuck with that. Purdue advances. You got Xavier upsetting Illinois. I struggled with that game, but I could see that. Troy beating Kentucky. I don't think Kentucky's that bad yet, but hey, Utah State, you agreed with that. Tennessee. So then you've got Houston. You had Clemson, so Xavier and Tennessee in the Elite Eight, and then Houston and Tennessee in the Final Four with Houston Houston and Tennessee in the Elite Eight with Houston in the Final Four. So wow, you're not an SEC homer. Wow, Arkansas now leads 43-20, 43-40 with just under 2 minutes. We'll get back to the game, which Dave has a Final Four of one from the Big East. One Big 10, one Big 12, one ACC, one SEC. Michigan State from the Big 10, Florida from the SEC, Duke from the ACC, and Houston from the Big 12. It's a very interesting bracket, though. Very interesting. And it looks like Yale is coming back on Texas A&M, which I'm not surprised by. You did random picks. I tell you what, that's awesome. Yeah, Fallout Dave, I have to figure out what channel it's on. I don't know that I can get, with the way they do these games, I don't know if it's CBS or I think it's usually CBS, but I'll have to figure something out with that and make it a private watch party like for Cosme, but I got to figure out if I can I don't know. Yeah, I do think I get confused because, ABC has moved the friggin' National Football Championships over to ESPN. So if it's still CBS, I don't know that we have a TV tuner to make it work on the computer. But, hey, that would be cool. I hope we could do something like that. What the heck is that, Legatus? Let me go back on something. Okay. Let me get back into this. And we got Arkansas 45-42 over the Jayhawks. Wow, this is gonna be actually some good statistics to look. Called Kansas for a travel. Big man Davidson with a walk way out on the wing, 20 feet from the basket. And yes, Texas A&M is only up 6 now on Yale. So that game is going. Drake in Missouri has just started. Drake with the early 3-2 lead. But yeah, I like that. So the picks are randomized off of historic trends based on seed numbers. That's okay. That's okay. We actually had that once where somebody was involved in a pool, and all they did was go down the sports page and pick the favorites. People kicked him out of the pool saying he was cheating. He's like, I didn't cheat. I picked them the way I wanted to, which was just out of the paper. It's like, yeah, it's a fair way to do it. Now, Arkansas has opened up to a 5-point lead against Kansas. Nice, folks. I hope the second half of this Arkansas-Kansas game turns out the way this first half did. We need some good basketball tonight. I hope Wofford comes back on Tennessee, though. I think it's possible. Oh, ow. Oh, man, that guy hit the court. Oh, wow. Oh, man, one of the alley oops. That's the one thing with the alley oops is that, yeah, he's up. Man, I tell you what, as high as he was to hit flat on his back on the ground, yeah, it's going for the ball, is what it is. Ooh, tailbone. Now, it wasn't his back, it was like his butt bone. Oh, dude. I hate to say it, but I mean, seriously, it looked like he landed on his tailbone. That's going to damn hurt. Yeah, I have. See, I have linear TV. I don't know. I use one of those plug-in antennas that everybody had to go 2 years ago. So I would love that. I would really would love that. What the heck is this, Legatus? I just saw this. But thanks for sharing me your bracket. So, buddy, you've never heard of McNeese. Wow. Okay, well now you've heard. They used to be really known as McNeese State, but for whatever reason, some of the colleges in the South have kept dropping the word state in it. So I will try to figure out if I can do it somehow. We shall see. I have to look at it. Of course, it'll have to be private. It won't be public like this. It'll definitely be private, probably off of StreamYard or Cosme or something. So CBS may live stream it. So Chancellor, yeah. We'll see what. That wasn't a foul though. Oh, are you talking about when he? Well, the problem was, buddy, he was. If you're talking about the same play, he did have his forearm into the guy's body, but the problem is when you're the defender and you're off the ground, you're going to get called for the foul when somebody hits the ground. It's just an automatic rule. I mean, they did collide to each other, but when you're the defender, you've got to stay on that ground. Otherwise, you're going to get called for the foul. Unfortunately, it's like an unwritten rule. So you just do it. So, oh, you just pulled game on CBS site. Didn't require. Right now, I am watching on my TV because of doing it this way. I am actually watching the TV on my Roku. So, we'll get with me later. We'll have to look at that because I tell you what, I would truly be interested in that. I would be truly interested in that because if we could make it, pull it off, if there's some way to run it through Cosme, I'd be willing to do that. So, okay. All right. Hey, DM me that link. DM me the link privately, and that way I won't lose it, okay? Because I tell you what, if they would, it'd be cool. Of course, it would not be monetized. We would not do it publicly. We just go behind the scenes. Because we don't want to get accused of anything wrong. DJ Wagner, 11 points on the season, 12 tonight for the Pigs. So we'll take a look at the stats in that game in just a second. We're going to pop back over to the Yale Texas A&M game. See, the old days you could actually watch multiple games on CBS, but now that they've broken up between CBS and TBS and all these others, it gets a little more tricky. Let's I guess the women first four, Washington and Columbia. Okay, that's interesting. We got college baseball already in the SEC play. That's like ridiculous. I didn't think they got into conference play this early. I thought at least it was April. But let's go to Drake in Missouri. Let's see what's happening here. With that, Drake leads 5-4. Oh my gosh, we got another painful game to watch. But Missouri just hit a 3 to take a 7-5 lead. We're 6 minutes in, and Drake has 5. Missouri has 7. So, yeah, I'm hopping all over the place. Actually, the game on CBS is Arkansas, Kansas. So, you get 1 hour free, then you log in with TV server. Oh, well, thanks for researching it, though. There's usually a catch to it. So let's take a look at the halftime stats in this game. Oh man, I think Missouri had having fun. All right. Another TV timeout there in that game. Taking a look. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let's flip back to Yale, Texas A&M, that game. 32-25 A&M leads, down to 7. At the half, Arkansas leads 47-44. 10th seed Arkansas against 7th seed Kansas. Arkansas has only played, they played 8 players. They've only got 4 off the bench, led by Jonas Adu, 8 of 13 for 16 points. The Pigs have 14 boards. They're shooting 54% in this game, 19 of 35, 4 of 11 from 3-point. 5 of 5 made all 5 free throws. They have 4 boards on the offensive side, but Kansas has 8 boards on the offensive side, 19 rebounds. But Kansas is shooting at 44%, 6 of 11, 54.5% from 3-point line. And, hey, they have double the free throws, 10 of 12, 84% than Arkansas. So the Pigs have the lead here. Statistically, what a wonderful game. This is even though Kansas is shooting 44%. This is a good game. Tennessee and Wofford are restarted. Tennessee's outscored Wofford 10-7 in the second half already, approaching the 16-minute mark. Tennessee up 12. This game is proceeding in a direction where Tennessee's going to pull away, is what it looks like. They're still shooting 50%. Yale and Texas A&M, it's a 7-point game, 34-27 now. With about 2.5 minutes left in the game. We've got, take a look. Yale is shooting 45.5%, 37% from the 3-point line. Made all 4 free throws, 11 rebounds, 14 rebounds. A&M is balanced there. 55.6% shooting by Texas A&M. Wow. And I tell you, they played 6 players off the bench. That is amazing. There's 3 of 10 from 3-point range, so 3 points are pretty average, but it's the high percentage at which A&M shooting is responsible for the lead. But really, I tell you, that is something. Playing 11 players in this game tonight, you do not see that with a lot of teams in conference tournaments. A lot of times the bench is shortened. You have fewer players playing. So it's very, very interesting. Okay. A&M misses the free throw. We got 2.5 minutes left in the half. Can Yale pull closer to end this half? It looks like Tennessee's going to beat Wofford. That's not – you kind of hoped, but Tennessee's actually credible tonight. They're actually playing fairly well. Nice rebound by Yale and a putback. Looks like the Missouri Drake game is going to be one of those ugly, ugly games. So we'll see how that proceeds for the rest of the night. And we've got our 4 evening games on set running tonight, and we got 4 more later. Oh, an offensive foul on Missouri on the rebound. Just completely shut the guy down and out of there. But hey, Texas A&M. I keep forgetting which game I'm on. All right. This is the problem with Texas A&M all year. They're the type of team that they'll go for a while, then they'll streak off, then they'll hit a down point, and I think they're looking for whether it was an intentional foul to upgrade to flagrant ones. One of the things in college football that's developed is the review for flagrant fouls. Now, they're looking for elbows. They're looking for contact above the head and neck areas. Yes, ma'am.
Well, I got involved in putting on that monitor, which works.
Yeah, I was wondering about the food. Do you like the new monitor?
Yeah, I had it convert an adapter.
Yeah. So I forgot to bring the one from work.
But cool. It.
Okay, cool. Even better. But yeah, cool. All right. By the way,
I will be cooking.
Okay, well, thank you. The whole chat was wanting hamburgers. They were waiting on your hamburgers.
Okay, sorry, guys. I got a new monitor, so actually when I do my builds and my diamond painting. Hopefully, I will be able to interact better with you guys.
Yes. By the way, I need to show you. Fallout Dave said a further research. Supposedly, you can watch games on CBS at a link free without a TV provider login. I need your probably help because we have a stream idea down the road, possibly.
Okay.
So, and Dave says hi again. So, you'll need a cable or satellite login to access live streams from the three turn. Oh, so you could actually. Oh, the way it looks like there, I could actually do all this, but actually watch it on there.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't know if I can deal with it tonight, but either way, the thing is, thank you for the information, Dave. I appreciate it. That might be better than this, but I tell you, 6 people still hanging out.
Oh, cool.
Thank y'all.
I'm sorry. I will get the food done. I just got really excited.
Oh, I know. You have every right to be excited. I left it there yesterday and forgot to bring it home, but yeah.
I'm just basically running the cable, and then I'll have it.
I have to email you later too. I've got April streams lining up. So, all right. So, all right. Fallout Dave, if you can just help keep sending me that information, DM it, and we'll see what we may not be able to deal with it for tomorrow, but we'll figure something out. Interesting. Oh, I see that link. Okay. Fallout Dave, I'm gonna have to take a look at that later. Because we do have Sling TV, so that is how we get those other 3 networks. So I'm wondering, that may be true, but I would not rebroadcast it publicly here, obviously. Now if we did a private watch party, maybe we can do that. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But thanks. So, all right. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. All right, so let's get back to the game. Yale's got, come on, you got to shoot. You got a shot clock. Left it short on the layup. No, oh, come on. That looked like good defense. Let's see. Oh, wow. We have a potential upset alert early in the match. And I'm only making a big deal because it's like the first one we really could have. Drake, well, I say that Missouri hits a 3-pointer. Drake is leading 13-10 over Missouri. So, and A&M misses another free throw. Tell you that, which is a habit of that team, missing free throws. And off. Hey, Mississippi State foul. I tell you what, that Yale game could actually, okay, thanks, Dave. We will definitely look at it. But yeah, this Yale game is not over yet. See, this is what I don't get. The TV is in one spot. You know what I think is happening? I think the CBS feed on the over-the-air TV is closer to real time, and I think there's a lag in the game coming through TBS TNT and stuff like that. Wow, nice steal by A&M, full court, up by 8. Let's see what happens as we end the first half, and we'll take a look at the numbers of this game at the half before we flip over to Drake and Missouri. And missed another short shot by Yale. I mean, they could have had it cut to 6 or even less with a shot. God dang it. Legatus, I am tired of these damn timeouts. I wish that they would go back to 4 friggin' timeouts. I hate these 20-second timeouts. You played it all damn year. Run your friggin' offense and just shoot the damn ball. You don't need a timeout to set a play up at the end of the first half. Ugh. I understand why people don't like basketball because of that. You don't need to set up every damn play. Maybe at the end of the game, but damn it. Just run the clock out. Take your shot at the end of the first half. That's because of the 20-second timeout. So they brought in from the NBA. In the old days where you had your 4 timeouts and that's all you had, you would not have wasted time on that. Sorry. Fired up with that again. It's just repeated. Anyway. Oh, yeah, that is. I've seen that on the ESPN side with NFL, like end zone. I'm not necessarily a fan of like that because I sometimes you end up getting the play after it happens. So, and by the way, Legatus, it's not a 30-second timeout. We've got 2 more commercials running right now instead of like, I mean, let's just extend the game. It's a full commercial break. Ugh. Yeah, it's like it has to be picture perfect. Yeah, I know. I exactly. These kids, they play 30 something freaking games at the end of the year. You don't need to take a timeout in the first half to set up one play. At the end of the game, for if the game's on the line, absolutely, I got it. But at the end of the first half, just let them freaking get the half over with. Now these bastards are playing 2 minutes of commercials at least on a 20-second time, or what should have been a 30-second timeout. And they wonder why the games run long, and they gripe and complain that the games take too long to play. Well, you turn around and take a breather, and a 30-second timeout becomes a 3-minute infomercial. I'm in fine form tonight, I guess. But anyway, what the hell do I know? All right, so let's take a look. Let me get the Drake, Missouri game. Let's see if we got, okay. Let's see. The full box score there. We've got a 15-12 game, Drake and Missouri in this. So far the games are better tonight. I mean, yeah, they're falling behind, but and one more commercial. Why not? Ugh. Merchandising. Hey guys, thank y'all for chatting in here. We'll find some damn things to talk about. That's what I dislike about modern junior hockey. Instead of taking a clear shot, they have to stop, set up the coach's pre-planned scheme. That's the damn problem with the friggin' coaches. Sometimes you get out of the way and let the kids just play the damn game. They put their ego in it. They got to design the play, and no, friggin' let the kids play. Let them do their stuff. Because I tell you what, if you teach them right, they know what the hell to do out there. I got a perfect story in just a second with that. Kids, if you teach them right, they know what's going on, and they know how to set things up. They know what's situational awareness without you telling them. So we're about to have 2 games at halftime. Wofford's only down 11. Wow, 3-point bomb from way out. So Yale went from being possibly down 4 or 5 points at the half to down 11 because of incompetent shooting at the end and bad time management. But hey, well, so much for Yale. Goodbye. But wow, that guy is Taylor for Mississippi State or for Texas A&M is when he's on. He's one of the best players in the SEC. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Let me go with, let's see. Let me flip over to Drake and Missouri. Let's look at some numbers before we start talking about that. Instead to building a player's creativity is about the system. I agree, because I tell you what, one of the best things I had with coaching basketball a few years ago, and was we went against this one team. It's supposed to be laid back, church league, blah, blah, blah. Well, no, they let was one jackass pro guy come in with one team, and he loaded with 2 players. All the other people got sympathy time on that team, but it was just these 2 guys the whole time. All year they let me use my players to try to make the games competitive. Even I come in, my players are hopefully not too tired, but they played and stuff. But then again, I picked one game where one kid, because my point guard was gone, this kid settled my team down. We were like, we'd have beaten the Knicks or something because we were that good that day, the first half. They came to me and said, no, you can't use him the second half. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? People rated my players all the time. This master guy ended up killing everybody all year. Kids were crying. They were just, all year, everybody got their butts chomped by this one team. And they had one of their feelings got hurt because the 2 kids were pouting and all that stuff. The parents were starting to riot. I felt like I was Florida on the road at friggin' Rupp Arena and all this crap. It was ridiculous. I had grandpa standing over by me. One of the league people looked at me like, what's he doing here? I'm like, how the hell I know? I'm coaching a damn game. You guys are supposed to be doing this. And, you screwed me on this. We were beating them by 40. We ended up winning the game, and the kids on the other team charged my kids and hugged them because everybody was tired of getting beat by this one team. But with about 3 minutes left in the game, we were losing it because that one player made that much a difference. And my guys kept getting called for fouls. And this one kid could not defend the guy he had to properly. I was going to put this one other taller, faster guy back on me, and he's like, Coach, I've got 4 fouls. I can't guard him without fouling out. And I'm like, I thought about it, and I'm like, as much as that made me mad, he was right. Because the kid was getting active and all this other stuff. All I needed was this kid, one of my better physical players, to foul out. I needed him for ball handling and other stuff. I'm like, you're right. So we just had to hold the best we can. But what I was so proud is that kid thought for himself, brought it up to me. That's how you should coach these kids to play these games, to know, to think, to develop, the kid, it has surprised the heck out of me. He even thought about that with all that going on. And that's what it should be about, not the coach and their systems and blah, blah, blah. We're not friggin' Hoosiers and stuff where it's got to be my system, and all the, like I said, the only man that could stop Michael Jordan was Dean Smith. And you know why? It's that damn 4 corners offense before the shot clock came in at North Carolina. That's the systems. So anyway, sorry. Hey, you're getting your money worth with a rant tonight. Feel free, tip the missus for me if you don't want. If you enjoy this entertainment, send a tip to the missus. By the way, folks, Buddy or Dave, everybody, Legatus, if y'all can put the missus YouTube, Ko-Fi, and Throne links out if you can get them, I appreciate it, because I'm going to star them and pop them up there from time to time as we have people come in. Thank y'all for chatting in tonight. I've gotten, I think, moving now. So we got, let's take a look at the stats of the Yale Texas A&M game. Now that's at half. Texas A&M, 4th seed, 13th seed Yale, 40-29. I don't like Yale's chances now. Yale is shooting 40%, 11-27, 3 of 9 from 3-point range, 4-6 from the free throw line, 15 boards, 16 boards for A&M, but A&M shooting 59%, and that massive bomb of 3-pointer right there, 36% from beyond the arc, 33% at the free throw line. So I tell you what, the game's not over, but A&M has got to cool off, and Yale's got to pick up its defense and start hitting more on the offensive side. Yale is the winner out of the Ivy League, 22-7. Let's see, but they may be in for limited time tonight. Let's take a look. Let's get an update on Wofford, Tennessee. It's a 13-point game, 56-43 with about 11.5 minutes. This one looks like it's, unless Wofford does something completely amazing, they're only shooting at 43%, 8 of 18 from 3-point percent. Not getting to the foul line, only 1 of 4. Tennessee is shooting 50% again, 8 of 19 from 3 points. So they've offset the Terriers' 3-point shooting, which is giving them a 13-point lead here. 21 rebounds, 22 for Wofford. So, hey, pretty competitive on the board, but it's coming down. Chaz Lanier, 26 points for Tennessee. The only Tennessee player in double figures. That's what he did early in the game against Florida. But in that game, they also had Jordan Gainey go crazy. So tonight, there's only one score for Tennessee, which could be, again, a potential roadblock when Tennessee has to play in the next round or at Sweet 16. Very apt to having scoring droughts and limited player contributions. So, all right. And then Drake at Missouri here is 18-16 with 6:17 left in the first half. Drake is shooting at 43%, 6 of 14, 75% at 3-point range and the free throw, both at 3 for 4. Drake is out rebounding Missouri, which surprises me, 11-8. Missouri is shooting at 33%, 5 of 15. Also at 33%, 2 of 6 from the 3-point arc and 4 of 6, 67% from the free throw line. Those are looking at the numbers now that we've got currently. Drake, let's see, and I'm over on the Drake and let's see, the Drake, whatever. What am I talking about? Yeah, the Drake Missouri game. We got another turnover by Missouri. Missouri is one of the teams. Missouri is responsible for Florida's only home loss this year. That was a game that Florida really got mad about because, they were riding high, got cocky, just come off a huge win, and then um, laid a big egg defensively. When Florida has gotten in trouble this year, it's been because they don't play defense. And that happens on many teams. So, but that's why if a team plays better defense against the Gators, more defensive like the St. John's is, I'll give Florida the chance to win the game easily because their offense, they have so many scores. Even the big man, Micah Hoglinson, 7-footer, he can score when he has to, usually on short range shots and rebounds, but he can do it if he has to. Oh my gosh, what a circle shot. Or my dad called it a shit shot. I mean, the guy's rolling, flinging, falling down, throws it high up off the board. So, and it goes in, it bounces around and goes in. And Arkansas, Kansas has resumed in the second half. Oh, turnover on Missouri for a travel. I can smell those burgers now the missus is making. Well, we got a commercial there, and I hate commercials, so let's go back here. Wofford, Tennessee is probably pretty much over. It's a shame. I was hoping Wofford could compete Tennessee because I'd still like Tennessee to lose. So. You knew he was going to miss that one. He hesitated too long when he took the shot. Arkansas, 51-44. Sorry, starting to get hungry when you hear the smell of those burgers. Man, Kansas misses one in. Arkansas comes down 10-point lead to Arkansas now. We may be seeing the start of this game getting away from Kansas. Let's take a look at that game. Let's see how many threes they've hit. Arkansas 6 of 12. Both teams are Arkansas 5 of 13 from 3-pointer. They've hit 5. And Kansas has hit 6 3-pointers. But overall, these SEC teams tonight: Texas A&M, Tennessee, Arkansas, all shooting 50+%. Just amazing. It's hard to win. It's hard to beat teams that are shooting that well. Kansas is shooting down at 40%. Now they're at 10. They're 10 behind. Drake is shooting at 50%, while Missouri is shooting at 31.3%. Wow. But it's a long game. Will these percentages continue? So let's take a look at Wofford now. Wofford's at Tennessee still at 52.4%. Man, they are getting nothing off the Tennessee bench tonight. That's where if they were playing a better team, if they weren't playing Wofford, if they played a team that actually had some legitimate offense at that level, the Tennessee could be in trouble tonight. I mean, they got nothing for their bench. Zakai Ziegler finally got in double figures, but only Chaz Lanier is their primary offense. Igor Milicic is doing nothing, which he didn't against Florida. Meshak's limited. By the way, hey, I'm going to send you. Give me one second. Okay, all right. I'll send you a DM. I will, Dave. I will. Thank you. Yes. Can't. Oh, is it that bad where you can't eat anything, or are you able to eat soup or something at least? Oh, she toasted. I know what she did. She put the buns in the grease, the cast iron. That was a very good burger. Let's see, Drake, Missouri, 31%. Yeah, and Texas A&M, like I said earlier, Yale at 40%, Texas A&M at 59%. Yeah, I've seen so many good teams go home early because of not being able to shoot the ball. So, all right. As a reminder, coming up later, UCLA 7th seed, 10th seed against 10th seed Utah State in the Midwest. We got 2 seed St. John's in the West against 15th seed Omaha, even though they're playing Providence, Rhode Island. 5th seed Michigan in the South is 12th seed UC San Diego at 10 p.m. And the 3rd seed in the West, Texas Tech, is playing 14th seed UNC Wilmington in the West. So those are the 10 o'clock games later tonight. Oh, man, dude, I'm sorry it's bad, and especially having to fight through at work, too. That really sucks. Well, Arkansas is about to looks like extended the lead 11. We're going to jump back to when I see the clock running again. It looks like they're at a commercial timeout. Drake and Missouri. We're going to keep up with the end of the first half. And Arkansas misses the second free throw. 11-point lead against Kansas. Kansas has no field goals in the last 3 minutes 20 seconds. But drive to the foul. Drive and you get the foul. That's one thing I always taught my players too is don't just rely on the 3-point shots, outside stuff. It's glorious and all that, but sometimes, especially if you're struggling, drive to the basket, make them play defense. Maybe you get the foul calls. So 7 of y'all tonight. Hey, thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it tonight. Hopefully, let me see. We'll see. Respond to somebody. All right, so around more basketball. Yeah, I'm hoping the missus can help me figure that out because that would be interesting to figure out how to do it and do it right. But let's see how we do this. The live stream is a little behind you, Arkansas kid. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wow. And we got a timeout with an 8-point game, so we're going to flip back to finish the Drake, Missouri game, the first half. Could be interesting, folks. Drake, Missouri. See what happens here. 24-18 is a 6-point lead with just under 3 minutes left in the first half. Ooh. Nice slap. Nice slap away by Missouri. Although they knocked the ball way out of bounds. So Interesting. Interesting. Just like looking out and around. So, and a dunk by Drake. Wow. I tell you, this could be a bad loss for the SEC too. If Missouri loses, you're going to have even more questions about how, oh, wow, boy, it barely went out of bounds. You know, if Missouri loses this game tonight, you're going to have more questions about why the SEC got so many teams. Although Missouri was a top 25 team and deserved to be in the tournament, I think it's more fuel to the fire about. I mean, the big debate. How does one conference get 14 teams in? But I tell you, Georgia didn't help that case either. We got about 2 minutes left in the first half, so and a foul. So Tennessee's leading with 13 with about 6 minutes left. That game looks like it's safe. We got oh my God, I've now seen a stat I've never seen before. There's now a stat for layups and dunks in a game. I'm like, really? You track that? Well, Drake has a 10-point lead, the largest of the night. And Missouri called a timeout. Yeah, I'm working in the background, so I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm actually doing something. See if I can recruit the missus for some help. I think I'm going to sleep well tonight. I'm tired. But hey, that nonstop basketball today, that I'm happy about. So let's see. Let's see. All right. Just communicating with the missus tonight. All right. With that. Thank you, Father Dave. Thanks for sending that. So. Interesting. Oh, boy. I am not looking at Twitter tonight. So. Anyway. Only using it for messaging. All right. We got an 8-point game with about a minute left in the first half. Looks like Arkansas Kansas is coming back on Arkansas a little bit. Drake. All right. Well, Drake will be up in the first half going into halftime, at least. And a foul. Missouri hits the shot and the foul with that one. Let's see where we are with scores. Yep. Second half has started in Texas A&M, Yale. Still a 9-point game. So that's 11 points. It's 15 Tennessee, 15 over Wofford. And Arkansas still holding up 6 over Kansas. So it looks like these are the two games, Kansas, Arkansas, and Drake, Missouri, that are the better games of the day tonight. Nice break of the press. Now about 15 seconds. Nice reverse layup. Nope. All right. So at the half, we have Drake 30, Missouri 23 in that game. So we shall see how that turns out tonight. And yeah, I tell you what, Dave, I'm out of control with the stats. I love statistics. I love statistics, analyzing numbers and stuff. It's what I do for a living, and I like it. So, and sports stats make it even more fun. So, let's see at the half. Drake leads Missouri 30-23. We've got Drake shooting a hot 52.2%, 12 of 23 shooting. Only took 6 3-pointers, but made half, 3 of 6, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 14 rebounds. Missouri, though, shooting a miserable 7 of 21, 33%, 2 of 8 beyond the arc, 25%, and then 7 of 9 at 78%. At the free throw line, 12 rebounds in the first half. So Drake out rebounding and shooting better than Missouri at this point. Probably will be a very different story in the second half. Missouri will probably get hotter, but the question is, what will Drake do? It's hard to keep up over 50% for the entire game. Sometimes it happens, but we shall see. Speaking of over 50%, A&M is cooling off a little bit. They're down to 54.5%. But the problem is Yale's not making up any ground, still at 43%, 44%. So, and one of Yale's players has not even scored tonight. And he's like one of the at least double digits per game. So you've got to have your contributions. Hey, you're back. Yes, I know. I can't help myself, Fallout Dave. I just can't help myself. The numbers take over, like the rants took over earlier. Back. But, hey, let's see what we've got today. So that's a 10-point game. Let's see where we're going to go next. We're going to probably go back to Arkansas. Wofford, Tennessee, 70-57, under 4 minutes, but just does not look like Wofford's going to have time to come back in this game. Chaz Lanier, 26. He's been holding on that, but Wofford at 41%, 10 3-pointers, but they just can't get to the free throw line. They can't make up the difference on the 3-point line, and just Tennessee has too much. 28 rebounds. Both they went toe to toe on the boards though. So, all right. So let's get back to Arkansas, Kansas, and we had a 4-point game. Arkansas is up by 4, still shooting 47%. Kansas shooting now at 43%. Kansas now with 7 3-pointers made and Arkansas 5 made. So we got a good game here possibly with this one. This was played in Providence, Rhode Island, though, at the Amica Mutual Pavilion. So let us flip it back to CBS now. Dave, I'm going to take a look into that stuff and see. I've got to be careful with what I do, what's going on. I'm not sure some of that stuff you can get up to Cosme. I think you can, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm glad you guys are hanging out in this kind of format. It gives me something to do, and I'm talking the game, so that's me. I appreciate y'all being here, taking the, do plan on having some people on at times with the stream. Just today was a hard schedule with people working and things like that, and busy schedules today. So we look to do that, and if not, hey, you guys are here. Thank y'all for being here, and we're gonna do what have fun. I won't do this Saturday and Sunday. The main reason I did this day was because it's a day off from work, and it's like nonstop all day, all night. So when the weekend hits, I'm more likely to just watch it, because I will have to go see Mom some this weekend and deal with her. We may have more limited time, but we'll see what happens. Never know who's playing. Could be a Saturday or Sunday. JT might say, hey, let's do it, because it's Michigan State. By the way, JT, have you heard of my Elite 8 picks? I think you might be interested if you didn't hear it earlier. I'm not surprised with this game, though. I'm really not. Arkansas is shooting well. This has actually been the best true basketball game over the day, with both teams shooting decently well. Even more than, Drake, Missouri's kind of close, but we got Texas A&M and Yale at 11 points now, which had been a decent game. This by far is the best. No, you didn't. Well, in the Elite 8, excuse me. In the West, I've got Florida and St. John's. With Florida winning to the Final Four, I've got in the Midwest, Purdue and Tennessee, with Tennessee to the Final Four. Into the East, I got Duke and Bama, with Bama to the Final Four. But in the South, I have Michigan and Michigan State, with Michigan State going to the Final Four. Hey, if you're going to play, you might as well beat Michigan yourself, But that's what I'm predicting. So I won't be wrong. You know how our football picks turned out, though. But we'll see. As long as Florida wins, I'm happy. I don't care. It would be interesting to see Florida and Michigan State play in the Final Four, though. That would be interesting. A rematch from 25 years ago, JT. Because it was a March Madness in 2000 where Billy Donovan's team got beaten pretty badly by Michigan State. I think it was a national championship game. Maybe it was a Final Four game, but it'd be like Dallas and San Francisco playing later down the road. And we finally exercised the demons, but Oh, you think so? Yep. But let's see. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not the only one, JT. Fallout Dave was saying that UC San Diego could knock off Michigan. But I tell you, I'll be honest, I have not seen any of the 12-5. See, I don't think McNeese was a 12 seed from what I looked at them talent-wise and their athleticism. But I I don't know. I've never seen UC San Diego play, but I got a bad feeling they're not going to perform well because that. It's been a bad day for the upsets. It really has. So we got Kansas pulled to within a few, and now Arkansas has got the ball, had expanded it to 7. Oh, what a brick! That was a brick. That jumper was way off. Well, Calipari. Well, it'd be interesting to see how he does as a coach at Arkansas, because the mode of operation was at Kentucky just the one and always building on the one and doners. And they caught up with the program over time to poorer performances in the postseason. Oh. Let's see. All right. Tennessee's up on Wofford by 16 with about 41 seconds left in the game. Yale is still nagging at Texas A&M's heels by 9. So that game, they still won't go away. It's still a chance that they could make a game against A&M. Kansas cut it to 3 and now commits another turnover. Arkansas, so Kansas could tie it up soon. Let's see. Yeah, what do you think about UNC? It feel they're more vulnerable than Death Star Deathport. Very likely. I've got Ole Miss beating them and advancing, but it's we got a 1-point game now. Woohoo! But I will say, does UNC even deserve to be in this tournament? There's been a lot of talk 1-12 and quad 1 games. They got in. Let's be honest. They got in because they're North Carolina. They got in on name only. Some people think it's because the committee chairman was with UNC, but they got in on name. They're going to take them over it. My big issue with SEC, even though I'm an SEC homer, I don't think Texas and Oklahoma deserve to be in. When they're 6-12 in the conference, you don't deserve to be in the NCAA tournament. I think some of the lower level teams and divisions earn that right if they play competitively or well within their conference. I don't think that Georgia and Oklahoma deserve to make a tournament based on the conference's reputation. And really, a reputation is built on the other teams like Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, and those type of teams. But yeah, UNC is definitely vulnerable, and Ole Miss can really beat you. Ole Miss is athletic, can really play. Hey, Outlaw Bill, good to see you. Yeah, doing pretty good. I'm doing well. I'm normal. I'm actually getting back to streaming functions, which is nice. The work year is pretty much done. I am off for a couple days, so I am having fun. And that's good. Good to see you tonight, Bill. And congratulations again on your 7,000 subscribers. Good work. Good work. JT, yeah, 6-12 is bad for conference play. Yeah. Yeah, it could bring in a bunch of Big Ten teams that look like that. So, yeah, exactly. It's a debate. I do see where and I do say I'm an SEC homer. I do think it's the best conference for basketball, but I do think there's reasonableness, and I don't think what happened this year was reasonable with 14 teams, and 2 of them is 6-12 in the conference. They could, with their overall records and having double digits loss overall, they could go to the NIT. Speaking of that, we have a final. Tennessee has now beaten Wofford 77-62. Again, no major upsets today, which is disappointing. So, folks, usually what happens a lot of times is there may be quiet on the first day. They'll have all kinds of crap on the second day. Maybe it'll be a year where we just don't have the upsets and the Cinderellas. I still don't look at 12 seed McNeese as a Cinderella. I do not think they'll go far. I mean, looking at them, they can't shoot free throws. They were lucky to hold on to win against Clemson today. Nearly lost that game. But in terms of the Tennessee Wofford game, Wofford ends up shooting 42% for the game from the field, 42% from free throw line, only 5 of 9 at the free throw line, 11 of 26 from the 3-point line, I think I should say. Also, looks like Rick Barnes cleared the bench with all kinds of players I've never seen the name before. 48% shooting for Tennessee, 35.7, 10 of 28 from the 3-point range, and 15 of 22. They got to the free throw line. That's the difference. They got to the free throw line, and Wofford did not today. So that game is in the books. Tennessee moves on, advances to play the winner of UCLA, Utah State, which is coming up next. Hey, Atwood, good to see you down there. How are you tonight? Hopefully you are doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you tonight. All right, so let's see where we go next. Drake of Missouri, still at halftime. Yale, Texas A&M, still at 9 points. Arkansas, Kansas, 1-point game. By far the best game of the night. But look at this. This is what happens also. 47-44 at half. The two teams have only scored 17 and 15 points in the second half. It's like the quality of the game just went down. I mean, it's frustrating. Arkansas, which had been well over 50, is now shooting under 50 at 45%, 25% from the 3-point line. Kansas is now falling to 44% and 50%, 7 of 14 at the 3-point line. So, oh man, it'd be nice to have one game where both halves are put together. I mean, where we could get 100-100. I mean, Florida scored 103 in the SEC game the other day in the tournament, and I was like, "Hey, cool, finally." But I don't know. What do I know? I only work here. And we're coming up on the 9 o'clock hour, and Arkansas is bricking again, and looks like, hey, Kansas has a chance to take the lead in this game. For as good as the first half was, the second half was falling off just the same. Not the worst basketball I've seen, but just neither team seems to be able to hit. Oh, God, and that's a turnover. Nice block shot off the backboard, but Kansas with the follow and put in. Kansas leads. Block. Hey, we got a block foul. By the way, anybody, have you done brackets? I know Fallout Dave shared his earlier. JT, did you do a bracket? Did you, or do you have any predictions that you want to share that we can chat about tonight? So feel free to share. If y'all have questions about basketball, how the tournament works, we had some information on the history and stuff of it too. So, uh-oh. Wow. Sorry, I got some news on something personal. It's okay, nothing bad. Just I was like, oh wow. It's not bad, it's okay. It's just laughing about something. Let's see. As we keep going through everything else. All right. Let me see where we are with this. Here we go. Xavier win, Georgia win, Illinois win. Ah, well, you're down on the Georgia win. That didn't happen. Let's see. Let's see. All right, Xavier, Georgia win. I love that. Well, Liberty Bay. Oh, you got Liberty winning. Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, what's up? Oh, hold on a second. We'll be back in just a second. All right. By the way, that was the missus who just informed me she's planning on going live later to continue work on the Starry Nights build. So, hey, awesome. Great for her. Love to see her moving and motivating and really keep on working with that stuff. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But you got to get it done. That's the thing. It's she's happy with that. So I tell you, feel free if you got a if you want to go say hi to her when she goes live, please do so. Uh, I understand. It's all good. It's all good. So she just came in to ask about what I mind, and I said, no, of course not. All right, you got Oklahoma, New Mexico, UC San Diego. What are you guys with that San Diego thing? That they're probably going to get blown out so badly. But Creighton, everyone else is good with the higher seed. Okay, I really didn't pull a lot of upsets, and I'm glad I didn't. The only one that I'm mad I did. I'm mad I did not take McNeese. I bought the Kool-Aid on Clemson and watching some other crap on YouTube, and it pisses me off basically. Instead of sticking with my gut instincts, because I saw Clemson play in the ACC tournament and they looked horrible. Yale was one I thought traditionally the Ivy League plays tough. Now Yale has outscored A&M by 5 in the second half. We're at 8:30 left in the game. Yale's shooting 45%. A&M's down to 52%, and it's a 6-point game. We're going to flip back over there in a second. and see what is going on. So, but let's see. So I will let y'all know when the missus goes live. Make sure you go there, say hi to her. Let's see. Let's see. Do 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 do. And JT, you do have the link for later. If you do get free, even if you have to break loose on a moment's notice, you are more than welcome to come on. So let's see. Tennessee. I just still cannot believe they're in conference baseball play yet. So that's crazy. Let's see. Take a look. Yale and Texas A&M that are here. Nice. And down by 6. Drake and Missouri have restarted. St. John's and Omaha are scheduled to start at 9:45. Wow, that looked like a lot of physical contact. No foul. Oh, that's an offensive foul because he lowered the shoulder. Was moving still, but the offensive player lowered his shoulder way too deep and pummeled over the guy. That's an offensive foul every day of the week. Man, that dunk almost came back. The dunk did come back out of the hoop. Huh, that's too funny. Hey, we got a coach and a tie. Yay. We got a game. Hey, Missouri, give him credit. The Missouri coach is wearing a suit. They actually have real basketball coaches, not these hippie bastards that have to wear the hefty bags and jumpsuits. From the athletic companies. Nice cut, nice movement. You know, it's really fun to watch basketball when it's played right. Hey, all right, we got our stroll team. We've got our bot over on the Twitch side, our once a stream bot, telling me what we can do to make your streaming better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, jumpsuits are easier to blend in with every lazy fan. Exactly. That's what you do. All right. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Let's see where we're going with this game. 7-point lead by Drake with the ball. We're coming down to some good games tonight. I mean, Drake is up by 7 in the second half. This game could end really good. Could have an upset. Nice staying with it and going at the rebound and put back by Drake. Arkansas is by 3. Yale and A&M are 6. So we got some good games tonight, folks. It's what I kind of hoping for, what I was expecting when looking at this 7 o'clock hour. Tennessee Wofford was not too bad of a game, actually, considering it's a 15-2 game. But we are going to get back off Drake because there's 60 minutes left in the game. We are going to finish up with the Arkansas-Kansas game over on CBS. That game, Omaha. I just keep wanting to call them Steaks. Omaha Steaks. St. John's. I would love to see Omaha win because, boy, that would clear up the path for Florida. But anyway, it's all good. And just like that, Texas A&M is up 11 on, Tom Izzo will be in a suit. You think? Because I've actually seen him before not in a suit, which kind of surprised me. I hope he is, but yeah. All right. Arkansas leads 68-67. 10 lead changes, 8 ties. Biggest leads Arkansas 11, Kansas 3, according to CBS. Dagger for Arkansas, up 4 with that 3. With a minute 43 left in the game. Still, the scoring has dropped off immensely in this game. It's a completely different second half, but still, it's a competitive game, which has been nice to see one of those tonight finally. But looks like Yale is going to fall short. Could never get the offense going. And A&M still shooting at 52%. Only 50% at the free throw line. That's Wade Taylor is only got 11 for Texas A&M, and yet they're winning easily. Farrell Payne has got 16 for the Aggies. So usually if Wade Taylor's down like that, they're in trouble. But, well, they picked it up in other ways, other areas. And they held Yale to 44%. So trying to figure out who those people are in the stands for Arkansas. The last 137-0 run for Arkansas. 4 turnovers by Kansas. I tell you, the games and runs in this basketball. It's really, really cool. Got a foul on the drive. The tip-in's no good. Does not count, but there's a foul on the drive. Of course, Calipari looks like he's surprised. It's just shocking to finally see actually a basketball game today come down to the wire. Wow. Kansas down 2, though. Drake, Missouri looks like it's going to be the next possible good inning. Hey, look, even if Drake wins, it's a good inning. Even if they win big, at least we've got some drama or excitement in the tournament. There's a trip and a stumble and a travel. Yeah, he did that on his own. He wasn't tripped. So funny he looked up for a foul. So many times that happens. You know what's sad, JT? You're probably right. They're already talking about expanding to 16 teams. first you expand to 16 teams, then they'll have 24 or 32. But I don't think it can happen with football because you have a limit of how many more weeks you can extend the season, especially if you don't want to cut the season. And the basketball, it's a game you can play 2 games in 4 days, so a little bit of a difference logistically and what happens with the body. Well, let's see. Arkansas. Hey, Arkansas takes a 4-point lead. So, hey. Taking a look around everything else, we've got more action coming up in the next 30 minutes. The final games of the day. Oh man, Arkansas's jump ball when does have possession of Kansas. Man, now. But still, at least Calipari. Calipari may not be wearing a tie, but he's got a collar shirt and a blazer on. Well, Bill Self is wearing that Nike, that sports company crap. It looks like one of those tight jeans pastors. Dude. Sometimes some jobs require a look. Well, why'd that guy shoot a 3? Your big man shot it. Anyway, I guess he's done that all year. But it looks like the Pigs may actually pull this game off today. Wow. I'm telling you, it's very, very shocking to see what's going to happen. Ha! Yeah, I know, skinny jeans. That's right, the skinny jeans pastor look. Yeah, I got it. Oh, yeah, that is definitely something. That is definitely something. But so let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Arkansas and Kansas, 75-69, 20 seconds left. Let us see what happens. Arkansas has extended the defense beyond the 3-point line. Hits the 3, so of course, we got a timeout. All right, 11.9 seconds. Hey, still the inbounds? Yes.
I'm going to shoot in about 9:25.
9:25. All right, in about 8 minutes, the missus will be going live. So make sure you enjoy. She didn't shut the door all the way. Hold on. Get up. Oh, that probably isn't a bad idea that I get up every once in a while. Of course, we got to have a commercial break. We can't just have a timeout and not go to commercial break. Ugh. All right. Let's see. All right, just sorry. I had to look at something. I thought I'd set up a conflict. Ugh, I hate that. How the commercials actually have been pretty good. They have a Chuck Barkley and Magic Johnson where Magic flashes 4 rings at him balloon thing. They've actually been pretty good. I've enjoyed them. So the approximate tip in the Omaha Steaks St. John's game is 9:45, which probably will be pushed back considering it's 9:19. I figure that game may start probably about 9:55, depending on how long these 19 seconds take. Ugh. Well, Yale is still holding at 10 points. I mean, that game could come back. I mean, it's just crazier things have happened though. Now we got a timeout because we can't get the ball in. Now that's a full timeout, so they're going to take a commercial break. Go ahead, leave. No, I guess not. They're going to stick around. Oh my gosh, these commercials are sucky. I mean, not commercials, but these timeouts. But I do understand in this game, in this situation, yeah, it's in the game. It's one score difference, and you do want to set it up. I get that for this one. What I hate is, like we said earlier, in the end of the first half, they call a timeout just to, I don't know what the hell they were doing for a timeout. I was like, why do you bother worrying about setting something up like that? Oh. Like, whatever. So, hey, it's all good. Yeah, sorry, I left that comment up too long. See, I don't know. Arkansas called a second timeout. Are you allowed to do that? And football, you couldn't do that. Now Calipari is pissed now. You know, imagine if they had the football rule where you couldn't call it 2 timeouts back to back. I'm amazed they have not done that yet with all the rule changes. But and speaking of 925, Miss will be going live at 925 on her channel. Feel free to swing over there and say hello. With her for her, she does a great job. Always great to have her. And she is outstanding. So let's see what we're doing here tonight. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people talked about Kansas's ability to choke on games this year, and it's apparently something that they've done. They implode in the game, turnovers. But right now, Arkansas is having trouble getting the ball into play. So you got to get it in bounds one way or the other. So got to get the ball in bounds. And wow, Drake is now up 13 over Missouri, folks. You got that. We might have. I would still consider that an upset. In all honesty, if Drake holds on to beat Missouri, I would still call that an upset. Looks like Yale and A&M have resumed in the final segment. 10 points. Yeah, I think Calipari wants a foul there. I think he wants a foul there. I can understand that there on that one. So, well, they did get the ball in that time. So, at least they did do that. Now we got 10.4 seconds. All right. So, yeah, Mrs. will be going live in about a few minutes to finish up her, I shouldn't have said to finish up, to continue working on her Starry Nights build. So if you've been with her for that, it's been a long process. Well, it's now a 2-possession game with 10 seconds left. Could stick a fork in this one, and it's done, considering where everything is at. There we go. Hey, Wes Cagle. Hey, you don't have to have any knowledge of basketball. We teach you here. Hey, just hanging out is worth the stay. Found out Dave doesn't know much. He filled out a college basketball bracket completely blindly. And Arkansas will win for the SEC. The Pigs will advance up 2.9 seconds. Kansas will go down in flames. There will be much more turmoil in, what is it, Lawrence, Kansas? I don't know, but hey, I don't feel sorry for Bill Self or Kansas. You guys, yeah, you guys are who you are. But let's see, and there's another 78. Yeah, really a low scoring second half. It truly was, but 79-72, 2.9 seconds left. Oh, crap. The ball went out of bounds with 0.8 seconds left. Oh, at least thank God they didn't review the clock to see if time should be put back on it. That would have sucked. And with that, Arkansas moves on. The Pigs move on. They take out Kansas. Yay. So I tell you what, though, we shall see. I think that Arkansas St. John's game might be a really cool game. Might be a really, really cool game to see. So we'll see what happens with that. That game will be on Saturday. Of course, presuming that Omaha does not somehow upset St. John's. We got approximate tip. What did I say? 9:55 Eastern for the St. John's Omaha game. Oh, shoot. I bit a cookie earlier and forgot to eat it, huh? Well, there's a lot of people that feel that way. A lot of people that feel that way. There's a lot of people that are miserable now. So, all right. Let's take a look at this game. Let's see. Let me hit a couple update scores. Let's see. Drake is leading with 12 minutes left, 43-30 of Missouri. They've outscored Missouri 6-6 in the second half. Yale and Texas A&M is now a 12-point game with 2 minutes left. Every time it looks like Yale's going to come back, Texas A&M has a response. So that game's probably pretty much over by now at this point. Let's take a look. Arkansas, Kansas, 79-72 is your final. 47 points in the first half for Arkansas, 32 in the second half. Much different second half. Not as good of a second half with the two teams, but games do that. Games change like that. Arkansas shot 43% on the day. Have a name, Boogie Fland. 25%, 3 points, 6 of 24, 17 of 20 at 85% on the free throw line. Kansas ends up in this game 43% overall. So both teams shot 43.1%. Arkansas 28 of 65, Kansas 25 of 58. 3-pointers 6 of 24 for Arkansas, 8 of 17 for Kansas, 17 of 20 at the free throw line for Arkansas, hitting their free throws, and both teams did good at the free throw line. 14 of 16 for Kansas. On the rebound side, both at 34-38. It's pretty even. So that does it. 10th seeded Kansas knocks off 7th seeded 10th seeded Arkansas knocks off 7th seeded Kansas. So we've got 2 games currently underway still. One looks like it's nearing the end. Yale and Texas A&M with a minute 42, a 13-point lead. That game really should be about over. And Missouri is still trying to hang in this game with Drake at 43-32 over on True TV. Oh, boy. Not all commercials are good today, though, I will say. Anyway, let's go. Let's see where we are tonight. We got 5 of y'all watching. Thank you. Hey, Peter Van Venkman fan site, good to see you. Actually, technically, yes, Peter Van Venkman fan site. Yeah, they're hitting a lot of field goals tonight because that's what a basketball is called, is a field goal. A different way of kicking it. It's a different type of field goal than in football, but technically it's a field goal. See, you know sports, Peter Venkman fan site. You know sports. That's why we're here to teach. Here to teach. Oh, good to see you guys tonight. Oh man, thank you for coming by, Peter Venkman fan site. We are nearing the end of the early rounds of the evening session. Unfortunately, none of these games really are sucking the life out of me. It's like, I mean, there's no upsets. I mean, and Drake over Missouri is kind of one of those ugly upsets, but it's still an upset. Oh, by the way, we have now moved on. Utah State and UCLA tied at 8. The last game in Rupp Arena today, up at the University of Kentucky site. By the way, Kentucky, even if they had been very, like a top seed, would not have played at home, according to NCAA rules. So, but hey. All right. Well, thanks for staying around. Hey, we teach all kinds of stuff. Hey, Fallout Dave, and hey, you guys rock out there. Thank y'all. Good. Thank you for saying hi to everybody, hitting that algorithm, all that stuff. But hey, most important, thanks for coming by and saying hi. Mrs. is actually live, though. Mrs. is live, working continuously on her diamond painting there right now. And she was so sweet. She came in and said, I want to do this. Can I name it this? And do you mind? I'm like, hey, go for it. It's all the more, go for it. And of course, I said, hey, you're monetized too. But she's out there working on it now. She's got more work to do on that Starry Night. So go over there, show her some love. Say hi to her over there. I told her it's all good. I mean, hey, there's plenty of room. Let's see. Take Gamecast here. Let me bring that a game. Utah State and Utah State, I like to say it that way, and UCLA are tied at 8 early in the game. So let's see what happens. It's really weird to see two teams from the West Coast playing in Kentucky. Just odd. I laugh at stuff like that. Utah State started out at 25% shooting, 2-8, both are 3-pointers and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. While UCLA is 50%, 3 of 6, 2 of 5 from 3-point. Also 8. So, yes, thank you, JT. All right, so we've got that. Let's see, Yale in Texas. Yeah, Yale in Texas had down to the last 30 seconds tonight with that. Of course, CBS will be showing the Omaha St. John's game soon. I tell you what, I looking at this Arkansas team and with Calipari coaching, they could give St. John's a tough battle. I kind of dismissed it at first, but I mean they played really good tonight. They are a talented team. Calipari is a good coach. I mean, it's not like the old days with the one and dones. I don't think with the way he does it. I think he learned a lesson at Kentucky. That's not the long-term growth to it's not the best way to build a program, with all the mercenaries. So let's see. Of course, we got it back down to 8 points with Drake and Missouri. So, Yeah, that's what we're doing here a lot. There's a lot of sitting back, waiting for the game to happen, and just watching, observing, doing score updates, commentary. Because if you guys know anything about college football, feel free to throw it out. Because Drake is now up 11 on Missouri. Go figure. And now look, no, there's a no. I was about to think there's another timeout, but thank God. That's the one problem with watching. That's the one problem that we've got with this is that so many games they start running together. And it's like, oh my gosh, you know, yeah, yeah. So we'll see how this goes. All right, well, we got smash that button like JT said. Appreciate y'all's support. Appreciate y'all being here tonight. And with 6 of y'all here on the YouTube side, we got 1 over on the Twitch. Thank y'all for being here. Follow us on Twitch. Hit that like, subscribe over there on the YouTube side. I'm taking a look now. Let's see what we got tonight. We got UCLA, Utah State that's already ongoing. We got St. John's and Omaha. We got Michigan and San Diego. We got Texas Tech and UNC Wilmington roughly at 10:10 tonight. So we got some late night games. And the last rounds are coming. Texas A&M and Yale. Oh my God, it's not final yet. It's the longest damn 28 seconds in the world. It's like no wonder Legatus. I'm like you. It's like the game over yet? Like, let's just keep extending it. It's an 11-point game, 31 seconds. It needs to be over. You're not gonna make up points like that to that extent. Well, you know what? Let me go on my computer here. I'm gonna go lurk over at the misses too as I'm watching football. So, let's see. Let's see. Let me go. Well, a lot of Thursday night activity out there. So, all right. If you have not subscribed to the misses, make sure you do subscribe to the misses. All right. Yeah, definitely kiss ass. You already got 7 likes. Wow. I'll just send her a super chat just for the hell of it. We've talked about that because it's like, why let YouTube take 30% of it? But it's like, it's like that's why we try to use Kofi a lot. We deal with Kofi a lot with other people where the content creator gets more of the money in the end. Actually, I think Kofi itself is 0 fees, but I think money gets taken out between the transmitting PayPal, Stripe, or whatever. Mrs. looked that up the other day. I don't know how to describe it, but basically it is understood that the creators end up getting more than, through that versus YouTube. So that's a great option, I will say. Follow Dave laughing. Yeah. All right. So let's see. So what have we got now? We've got A&M and Yale went final 80-71. Yale outscored A&M by 2 in the second half. For the game, Yale was led by John Pulakidis, 23 points on 7-18 shooting, 4-10 from beyond the arc, 5-5 at the free throw line. As a team, Yale shot 47%, 38% from the three-point line, 64% from the free throw line, 29 rebounds. Well, A&M beat them on the boards by 8, 37-29. A&M was led by Farrell Payne with 25 points off the bench, 10 of 12 shooting, 5 of 6 at the line, 10 rebounds also. He had a double-double. Jace Carter also was in double figures, and so was Wade Taylor IV, who hit that monster bomb long three-pointer at the end of the first half to extend A&M's lead. So that upset in my bracket is gone. So I mean, it's the one that I could see coming, but did not call it. Was wrong. So hey, Princeton, Yale, the Ivy League goes down and out very quietly this year. So we've got two games that are still ongoing right now. Utah State and UCLA. UCLA is up by 7. Drake and Missouri. Drake is up by 8. Let's see. And how we go. Let's see. We got 2 other games. Omaha, St. John's, and UC San Diego, Michigan. That game's scheduled for 10 o'clock. So these will be looks like if I'm looking correct. No, there's 3 games left to start. St. John's, Omaha, Michigan, San Diego, and Texas Tech, UNC Wilmington. Okay, so there's 3 more games to get started. So, all right. So remember, the Missus is live also over there. If you want to check that out, I'm live now, taking a look at the game for the day. Chewy's here. Hey, Chewy. Hey, man, I'm sorry. Had looked away. Chewy, good to see you, man. Kansas looked rough, but not shocked or surprised how they lost. Find ways to play bad down the stretch. I don't know whether or not Bill Self wants to. He did have a look of a defeated coach. I mean, near the end, when the shots were not falling for him, he did look pretty I don't know, like he didn't care, like he didn't want to be. There was something in the way he looked. But absolutely, thank you, Chewy. Sorry it took me a second to find this comment over there. Great to see you today. Over on the Twitch side, yeah, Houston Gonzaga should be a hell of a game, though. I could see Gonzaga winning that game if they shoot anything like they did today, because Houston has a habit of not scoring points at times. But I was kind of surprised Georgia just didn't show up. When you fall behind 27-3, I mean, it actually, and you know me, I'm an SEC homer. But, Georgia, Texas, if Oklahoma loses more, Missouri's now still losing to Drake. If those losses happen, even if the big SEC team is advanced, I'm sort of wondering, the SEC probably shouldn't have had 14 teams in. Really, when you look at 2 of them, Oklahoma and Texas, 6-12 in the conference, I mean, there are probably some justifications that bring some other teams. I know you're a big proponent of Boise State. I mean, you got Washington, you got Indiana, you had other teams that had decent resumes. And, of course, we got all the debate and fear over North Carolina getting in, why they got in. But it's a lot of people unhappy with North Carolina getting in. But obviously, let's say what it is. They got in on their name. It's North Carolina. I'm not sure that I buy the conspiracy that their AD was leading the committee. I try to avoid conspiracies like that. But they didn't get in based on what they did this year. Let's agree to that. So we got Utah State, though. I mean, I don't know if Chewy, if you're still around, but if you've seen Utah State this year, because I know you watch a lot of the basketball out that way. Wonder how this game looks like it's going to go against UCLA. Right now, UCLA has the 5-point lead in the game. But, wow. Drake is losing this lead. There's 6:30 left in the game. Drake is up by 6 now. This game is losing. Drake is losing their momentum, so. JT says Big Ten has about the right amount, maybe one more, but we're happy about it. Well, guess what? The ACC showed how the ACC's fallen. They only had 4 this year, which was almost one above the record low that they've had. So I remember it was always the Big East and the ACC that really, really carried the load with teams in the tournament. JT, which MSU had won the Big Ten tournament, so they could have 1 seed possibly. Yeah, but see, I don't know. I don't know that you would have gotten it because there was so much There's so much. Duke had to be a number one seed. Houston deserved it from the Big 12. But I'll tell you, the number one seed I questioned was Auburn. Auburn got a number one seed based on they were coronated early this season. They won the SEC regular season, but down the stretch, Auburn is not. Auburn is a vulnerable team. We saw that in the SEC tournament. We saw when Florida went to the jungle and beat them there. If you have enough depth, you can outperform them. You can outrun them, shoot them. They're talented physically and individually, but team wise, I don't like them as a team together. That's the number one that I started to question. And God forbid if everybody was so Joe Lenardi, especially Alabama, Tennessee need to be number one while Florida's like unbeaten the whole time and just going through everybody, and yet still had to deal. Well, Alabama or Tennessee could be a number one. It's like, look, they can't anyway. But I think there's some homerism with some teams. Oh, it's down to 4 with Drake over Missouri. The ACC outside 3 teams, the rest of the conference, man, how UNC got to be 4th is beyond me. That is the most popular comment I've seen on Twitter and everywhere else. YouTube videos, people that cover sports. That is a very popular question. How the heck did UNC get in? Now, they want to blame it because the committee chair is from North Carolina, but I don't want to go that far, but name recognition and tradition. That's why they got in. And it's happened before with other teams. They get in based on what they get in based on what they've done years ago. See, I was starting to buy the BYU just a little bit because I saw when they played the Big 12. But the problem with BYU, I see they're like the hot or cold team. When they're hitting the 3-point shots, when they're hot from 3-point, yeah, they can be unbeatable. They can be very, very dangerous. But then again, in the conference tournament, they came back to earth and they were exposed when they could not hit beyond 50% of the 3-pointers. They really were shown to have a lot of weakness with that. So, yeah, but I agree. That's a good comment. Thank you for your input, Chewy. Glad to have you around tonight. I'm going to try to do this again tomorrow with things. What I'm planning on doing is starting a little bit late. Yeah. So let me see a second. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun today. I've enjoyed this today. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll be back to it, trying to do it as long. I'm not sure. I'm starting to wind down a little bit. So let's see what happens with these late night games because the ACC fits FSU. Yeah, it does. It really, really does. So, but we'll see what this happens in the late games tonight. Some are getting started. UCLA is up 7 on Utah State. This Drake Missouri game, though, Drake is keeping Missouri in this game. Yeah. Chewy says that granted Indiana was going to deny a bid and wanted to jump the coaching hires. West Virginia had good wins, but losing to Colorado. First game of the Big 12 tournament was no good. Yeah, especially since Colorado had a bad year this year, not like last year. Boise State lost to Colorado State 3 times, plus Washington State and BC were really bad losses. Yeah, I know. It's still, though, when you look at North Carolina, 1-12 in quad 1 wins. When you look at Texas and Oklahoma, I mean, way under 500, not 6-12. That's like a third of the conference games. I mean, at some point, what value does at least performing well in your conference count for something? Because how many of those non-conference wins really are worth the darn? So, well, Drake just running the ball down. Travel. Yep, left the feet. Dang, dudes. Hey, Drake. Missouri's turning up the defense. So, hey, it's happening. Because, JT, it's the only way you can fit this is historically a thing. They have run those games back to back to back pretty much all day. They started on CBS this morning. This with this many games, this many teams, it's the way it is, the way it has to be. What is hard, and folks, if you've been at any of y'all, share your experiences with going to day one of March Madness, because we've done it twice. And I will tell you, the worst game was a late game between California and Louisville, a game we thought would be actually kind of fun or interesting. Oh my God, that was the worst. I mean, in Louisville with Rick Pitino, and it was horrible. I mean, they couldn't shoot. California sucked. It just was like, oh, please, let's get through this match somehow. But we survived somehow. We did it. But I love it. I wish they bring it back to town. I miss going to these games. I'd love to just, I love nonstop basketball like this, because it's the greatest day of the year for geeks and nerds that are for sports. Geeks, and you can nerd out and geek out about more than just comic books and art and stuff like that. You can really do it with sports in a lot of ways. By the way, Drake had an 11-point lead now. Missouri's on a 9-0 run in the last roughly 3 minutes. So we'll see Drake's offense. I mean, Missouri took control of this game by making it an ugly game. And that's what they've done. That's what they've done is, neither team is really playing well offensively. So they're just, oh, God. This game was good early, but the Arkansas-Kansas game has been by far the best game quality-wise basketball today. It's a shame that it's getting so bad. Missouri and Drake. Next game after this, Texas Tech, UNC Wilmington. Yeah, so 4th seed Missouri and Drake. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Yep. I agree. You get a final result at the end of the match with no ties. Yeah, except soccer or hockey. Yeah, so it's all good. All right, let's see how we're doing with this. Let's see. Check over here on something. It feels like I said, feel free to share your thoughts, experiences with the NCAA tournament if you've been able to go to them. What are the thoughts? How are your brackets? Who do you think is going to be in the Final Four? Yeah. So let's see how this goes. Let's see. So of course, like I said, make sure you catch the misses too. So we're all over the place. Isn't that cool? Family of streamers. So let's see. Let's see. Oh man. Well, Drake is still up 3. They're still managing to hold on to the lead. And a layup. Oh, wow. Wow. Clutch. We're under 3 minutes. That was a bit of a rush shot by Missouri right there. Wow. That was a rush possession right there, I think. Now we're at the under 4 timeout. Drake still holds on to a 5-point lead. Wow. So, all right. So then we got, like I said, remaining games to be started. St. John's versus Omaha Steaks. Michigan at UC San Diego, which is what people keep claiming could be an upset. Texas Tech, UNC Wilmington. I know Wilmington's had success before, but Texas Tech just historically is a very physical team. I don't see them Wilmington staying with them. St. John's, I think, is too good defensively against anybody with Omaha. I mean, it's just that game probably could get ugly early. Michigan and San Diego. I don't understand why y'all. I've not seen anything from San Diego, so I'm just curious to see why there's a lot of hype, hoping if it's wishful thinking or if there's really something with San Diego being a 12 seed, and can they actually legitimately win the game? Oh, Chewy, yeah, and if you're still around, Chewy, I'm curious about something. Specifically tomorrow, Memphis and Colorado State play at 2. Colorado State is a 12 seed. Memphis out of I think they're still in the American 5th seed. Think Colorado State's got a chance in that game? Because I've not had a chance to see Colorado State play. And like I said, Boise State lost to them 3 times. I'm just curious. That was a game I struggled in terms of picking. And tomorrow night, we got Oregon and Liberty, a 5-12 game. So we'll see what happens with that one. But it's all good. Let's see. Okay, well, interesting when it's still there. Like I said, back over to the missus. Make sure y'all go over there, say hi to the missus. She's live over there too. 6 of y'all over there. Thank y'all for supporting her, and appreciate y'all being there too. You're gonna see how long we've got in this. How long I can last for the rest of the night. So, all right. I might give up on these late games tonight. Tomorrow night, late games. See, tomorrow night's late games are actually intriguing. UConn, Oklahoma, Illinois, Xavier, Michigan State, Bryant, Oregon, and Liberty. These games tonight, St. John's, Omaha, Michigan, San Diego, Texas Tech, Wilmington. So we'll see what happens. So we'll see where it goes. Okay, we got one game that's coming down in UCLA. Utah State looks good. So let's see. 25-23. Oh man. Drake keeps the ball. All right, so let's take a look. Where are we going here? Utah State, while we're dealing with out of bounds play. Utah State, like I said, is up. UCLA is up 30-25 now. 4 minutes left in the first half. UCLA shooting 52%, 54%. Utah State's only at 37%, 10 of 27, only 2 3-pointers, 17 rebounds to UCLA's 13. So it's amazing that this game is even this close, considering the numbers. UCLA's not trying any free throws. Utah State's only tried 3, and they've been out 3-pointered by UCLA. So let's see. All right. And the computer, let's see how it goes. We'll see what we're going to see what happens with this. The end of this great Drake and Missouri game. 58-53 is our score with 2 minutes left in this game. I keep thinking Drake and Josh, the old Nickelodeon show. Yeah. But dun 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 dun. Oh man. Oh, and they got called for a foul. Wow. That's crazy. Oh, I love the look on the guy's face. It's like, what? What did I do? So I think what happens. I think JT. What happens is that I don't know JT. I give up trying to think what the NCAA does. Because I tell you, I think though they wanted St. John's for the East Coast market, New York. That's why they're hoping that St. John's can get them. We got a turnover by Drake. Wow. Wow, that was big. Hey, Omaha leads St. John's 2-0. Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah, TBS. Oh, very possible that they. Oh, Oklahoma with an upset ruins all the brackets. Hey, JT, tomorrow there may be a point where I need you to come through with those Oklahoma quotes. That would be cool. Oh, Oklahoma with the upset ruins all the brackets. I love that. That's cool. But let's see. Air Force 1-19 in the conference for the Mountain West. Wow. Wow, I didn't realize New Mexico's had a really good season this year. Utah State. See, there's 3 teams from the Mountain West Conference. Oh, there you go. That's not bad. Oh. Okay, you don't. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Friday. It's not Saturday. Okay. That sounds good. Oh, Omaha leads 4-0. Drake is under 50% at the free throw line. So if you're Missouri, start putting Drake on the free throw line. Do it now. Do, 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 do. Yep, Florida plays tomorrow night at 6:45 or 6:50. That should be a fun one-way route. Omaha leads 7-0 over St. John's. Wow. And another missed free throw by Drake. Oh, wow. Missouri threw it off of the Drake player, but it hit the Missouri guy on the way out of bounds. Dribble down to the under the basket, right in the worst position on the court. Oh no, it got knocked out. That's why. Good hands by Drake. Oh God, they got a review now. Oh, reviews. Let's see. Is UF on? Let's see. Let me take a look at that. Let's see. According to the listing, no, UF is on TNT because they have to play their precious Kentucky flops on CBS. You know, even though Kentucky is not nearly as good as Florida, Kentucky gets it because of the Blue Bloods. But nope, Florida at 6:50 on TNT. Kentucky plays Troy at 7:10 on CBS. Okay, Akla is now up 10 on Utah State. Omaha is still up 7-0 on San Jose State. San Jose. Why do I keep wanting to call San Jose State, but St. John's? Jeez. All right. Drake and Missouri are 6-point down difference. Get the ball in. There you go. Dude, foul them. God, my God, they mag. Well, it's good for Drake they didn't call the foul, but the guy got friggin' tripped and knocked over at midcourt, and they wouldn't call the damn foul. Well, it looks like Drake's taking over. West Ridge out of Wichita, Kansas. Another SEC team. Yeah, boo. The precious Kentucky. Coughed on the water hearing that. All right. Well, hey, let's see. Folks, I'm looking at, I don't know. We'll see what happens now. It's 10:05. I'm glad I did not start at 11 today. I am glad I pushed it back to 11:30. That made a difference. So tomorrow with the first game, let's take a look. Tomorrow, first game at 12:15. I'm going to come live at 12 o'clock, maybe a few minutes before 12. The Mississippi State Baylor. I'm thinking if I come in early, I'll let you know for a little bit. We'll see. We will see with that. So I'm just keep an eye on Twitter for the start time. So yeah, JT will be with me tomorrow night later in the evening, at least for the Michigan State Bryant game. And of course, we'll have Oregon and Liberty, which those two games I believe could be. Liberty could actually maybe challenge Oregon a little bit. They've had a history of having some runs in the NCAA tournament. You got the Illinois and Xavier should be a good game. Tonight, I just don't see much out of. I've seen Texas Tech play. They are really good. They are really physical. I don't see Wilmington holding up to them. Omaha, they may be leading now. I don't see them doing much. And UCLA has just exploded to a 14-point lead on Utah State. So I might end up deciding to go ahead and cut off after this Drake game. But we'll take a look and we'll recap for a few minutes. But because I just don't expect much out of these late games tonight. Because I can always watch and go live again, random notice. But also, Mrs. is live now. Throw it over to her for a little bit of support. But let's see how this goes. Let's stay around there for the last few minutes of what we've got. It's been fun. It's been an adventure. Thanks to everybody coming in. It's been some fun conversation even tonight. It's I'll try doing streams at like 4 o'clock in the morning when nobody's there to chat. Yeah, that's fun. That one you definitely have to have a good co-host to kick around and kick topics and stuff. But man, Drake is now up by 10 over Missouri. Wow, and they're still found 31.8 seconds. Drake is going to win this game. Drake upsets Missouri. That's another one we didn't call. But then again, the great old SEC. All right, let that mocking of the SEC begin. So, which I think that means there's one more game after this. That's, of course, the Texas Tech, North Carolina, Wilmington game. So, Omaha still leads 7-2 over St. John's. I would, if that happened, there's no way that game's going to hold. There's no way. It would be insane if St. John's lost that game. Wow, that's chaos all around the. Please just let the game run out. Don't foul. You're down by 9. And they did. They fouled. Really. 13.2 seconds. All right. Drake is happy. We got an upset. Only half the bracket's busted. Yep. Well, it's a little March Madness. I think that this one we actually got a more of an upset, technically. But then again, I think this is an indictment on the Southeastern Conference, considering Missouri got all this hype, and you go in there and play down to a Drake. Really, we're going to look at the numbers after this game's over. It's just, a bad performance by another SEC team. Oh, man, what a strip. He didn't lay it in and whatever. Yay. Well, we have an upset. Drake knocks off Missouri 67-57. 11th seed in the West knocks off the 6th seed. So, hey, guess what? I'm good with it because I think Florida could kick either one's ass. So, what I'd love to see is Omaha beat the Stakes, beat St. John's. That would be hilarious. Talk about, would it be funny if Wilmington beats Texas Tech, Omaha beats St. John's? I mean, talk about busting a bracket. I mean, Florida would, Colorado State, Memphis. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I don't care. If this Gator team is good enough to beat anybody in the country, if they cannot beat the teams ahead of them, even the good teams, then you don't deserve a national title. Because this team this year is very loaded. All right, let's take a look at what we got today. Let's take a look at the Drake, Missouri final stats of that game. Waiting for the screen to load. All right. Hey, there's soccer on the ESPN site, so we can catch up with that, JT. All right. So we got 67-57 final. Drake shoots 54% in this game, 5 of 10, 50% from the free throw line, 3-point line, but also 50%, 12 of 24 from the free throw line. Wow. Good thing they didn't need the free throws at the end. And you can't blame the free throw line. Missouri had 23 points at the free throw line, 23 of their 57 at the free throw line. Only hit 15 field goals, 4 of 16 on three-pointers. Rebounds in this game edged to Drake. So congratulations to Drake for winning this game. Missouri ends the season disappointed 22-12. Caleb Grill scored 14 for Missouri. Tamar Bates scored 10. Only players in double figures for Drake. Bennett Sturt scored 21. Tavian Banks off the bench 15. Leading scorers for Drake. But Tavian Banks needs to hit better free throws. 5 of 10 at the free throw line. 9 rebounds, but who knows if that can cost him in a game. Drake will take on the winner of the Texas Tech UNC Wilmington game starting in about half an hour. Currently game in place at halftime now. UCLA leads Utah State 39-27. Utah State is shooting a whopping 31.3%, 10 of 32 from the field, 2 of 17 from the three-point line, 5 of 7 from the free throw line. While UCLA, again, a team of a hot story. It makes a difference in these games. 55% shooting, 5 of 13 from the three-point area, and 2 of 2 on the free throw line. We've got Utah State has got 20 rebounds to 17. So there is something good for Utah State, I guess. Omaha leads St. John's. Let's see. I'll get back up there. Michigan has an 8-0 lead already on San Diego. And Michigan with their 2 7-footers Yeah, that St. John's now is tied 10-10 with Omaha. I like calling them the stakes, so that is neat. So, well, JT, it's okay if Michigan wins because then you can get your Final Four matchup with them. I mean, no, the Elite Eight to go to the Final Four. That'd be a great place to beat them. Yeah, because see, Michigan, St. John's is 4-12 from the field so far. This game's 12-10 Omaha. 2 of 7 3-point line for St. John's. For Omaha, they are shooting 31.3%, 5 of 16, 2 of 11 from 3 points. Both teams are shooting pathetically around 30% overall from the field. Neither one have tried free throws. 12 rebounds for Omaha, 9 for St. John's. So, like I said, as a Gator fan, I feel great about this Western bracket. I think Florida got a good draw, probably one of the easier draws. And we'll talk more about that tomorrow, who people think got easy draws and stuff. The more people in the chat that can talk about it, we can talk about more issues like that because that's a big issue. Who do you think got the favorable draw? We'll explore some of those tomorrow. This earlier in the day. Let's see where we are with games. Utah State and UCLA are at halftime, 39-27 Utah State. St. John's Omaha leads 12-10 with 11 minutes left. So there's two more games. Michigan leads 8-0 already. The next game, Texas Tech, UNC Wilmington to come. And that's note. Let's look at the games overall again. And to recap, we've got Creighton beats Louisville in the South region, 9 seed over the 8 seed. Let's see. Purdue in the Midwest beats High Point, a little bit of a struggle, but they pull away 75-63, 4 seed over the 13 seed. In the East, 3rd seed Wisconsin beats 14th seed Montana. In the Midwest, Houston rolls over Southern Illinois, Edwardsville, 78-40. In the South, number 1 seed Auburn struggles a bit with Alabama State. Almost was trailing at halftime, but wins easily 83-63. In the Midwest, Clemson goes down. Dug a hole way too deep that they could not crawl out of. 69-67 McNeese over Clemson. BYU, 6th seed, goes ahead and ends up in the East. No. Yeah, it is the East. Yeah, 6th seed in the East. BYU wins over VCU, 80-71. The disappointing game of the SEC, when we go back and look at it, Oklahoma loses tomorrow. If they do, Oklahoma losing, Texas losing, Missouri losing, Georgia not even showing up. That goes towards, does the SEC or any conference ever deserve 14 teams in any tournament again ever? Period. Especially when they have losing conference records. It's going to be a debate. It's going to be ugly, but you know what? It's what it is. There are deserving teams out there that play better ball that deserve the exposure, I will say. But Gonzaga wins that game, going away 21 points, 89-68. The 2nd seed in the Midwest, Tennessee, rolls over Wofford 77-62. The Pigs knock off the great Kansas. In the West, 10th seed Arkansas 79-72 over Kansas, setting a matchup with. And I'll tell you what, looking at this early score with St. John's, I think Arkansas could beat St. John's. I really do. You could see a Florida-Arkansas matchup, possibly, but we're still early on that. Texas A&M in the let's see what Texas A&M. What's A&M in the South. I no wonder I didn't say A&M because I picked Yale. So A&M wins, avoids upset 80-71 over Yale. Drake upsets Missouri 67-57. To come yet to start at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. North Carolina Wilmington will be playing Texas Tech in a Western Regional matchup. let's take one more look at the current scores. UCLA, let's see, it refreshed. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Ugh. I hate this thing. I'm going to shut down my computer and restart it tomorrow. So that'll be good. I'll let it rest overnight. UCLA leads at halftime 39-27 Utah State. Omaha leads 14-12 over St. John's. That score just can't hold up, but maybe it will. Michigan leads 10-0 over UC San Diego. In the games that are ongoing, one game left, Wilmington and Texas Tech. That probably was Aang yelling at something, playing with her friends. So, on that note, I am going to wrap up tonight's coverage. I'm tired. I started at 11:30. We previewed a lot of the history. I hope to talk about some of it again tomorrow. Hopefully, some new people come in because the history of the NCAA tournament is pretty fascinating, and there's a lot there too between the history of March Madness. So, hopefully, y'all have a good evening. Make sure, please go. Check out the Mrs. Bill right now. Tell her I said hi. Y'all go over there and raid her. And let me put this in the chat so you can. So, yeah, that's Aang. Yeah, Miss Aang, the kid says, "Oh, be quiet, keep it down, or don't walk in my room when I'm streaming." Yeah, and then that. So, all right. So go say hi to the Misses over here. We're doing this. Like I said, tomorrow night we plan on being later through the late games. I think you're going to have better matchups tomorrow night. I'd like to save the energy. I'd like to enjoy the Florida game tomorrow at 6:50. So we shall see. I should have some company in the daytime tomorrow, I think. JT plans on coming back at night, so later in the evening. So that'd be cool. And we can talk more and banter a little bit more. And appreciate everybody doing this. Thank you again, Dave, for that information. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it this weekend, but we may look forward to it a little bit more. But on that note, everybody, have a great day, great night tomorrow. Another 3.5 hours. Make sure you've hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Go to the missus right now. Subscribe to her. Hit the like button and get her. Let's get her to 600. And on that note, everybody, y'all have a great day, great night, and everything. We will catch you later. Bye, all.